welcome to the
Hello.
second half of the show already.
Yes,
That
welcome
was
to
a
the
long
second
intro.
half. So the show's halfway done already. No presentation. I'm glad you all enjoyed my story talk. I
Did you guys
definitely
like-
wasn't buying time to finish doing my face. So
Did you like
yeah.
the like 7 seconds of Irene doing a makeup that came up on stream in between those videos? By the way,
Did it?
Oh, I missed
Yep.
that. I was looking down, I guess.
yeah,
That's awesome.
That's great. I was
That's good
looking. How
YouTube.
did it pop up? Good job. Good job, StreamYards. Fuck you.
it presented it. It looked differently on the stream than it did to us on StreamYards. So there was sneakiness
Really?
afoot. Like, yeah, StreamYards has been bursting at the seams with like 10 billion
It's
changes,
ridiculous.
everything breaking.
Updates.
Because, like, on my end, I had it looping, but I guess so when it shows up on YouTube, it doesn't. I don't like that because I'm like, what if the stream is supposed to end and it hasn't ended? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed me doing my lipstick. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Creative Block. This is now a Mako show.
Hello.
What's up?
Hola.
We're back. We're back.
We are. We're back.
We
Yeah,
are
we
so,
very
are we
good
so
to be
back?
back.
With a,
We
Are we so
dodged the
back?
bloodworm moon. That was last week.
We're so
oh,
back. Yeah,
oh my
I
dude.
wondered if it was anything like that. Yeah.
It was. It was a huge.
That's
moon
what it
that
was, wasn't it?
I saw
Did you
on
guys
the way
see
home.
it?
I didn't see it at its peak. Like over here was I don't know, like 1 in the morning, and I was up, but I just forgot to go look. But even just on the way home from work, it was huge. It was very orangey.
Yeah, I didn't bother with it. Not
Oh,
really
that's
into the
nice.
moon. Didn't really go look. Maybe I'm paying the price now. Maybe the moon is having its revenge like a week later. It's like, you didn't come and see me, so now I'm going to give you a massive gout infliction. It has been so long since I had any freaking problem with the old gimp foot, the old, swellimaroo. Right now I have like a full-on, start the show off right, talking about ailments. But yeah, I am not at my
Yes,
desk.
I guess this is Jake will talk about his week first, so take it away. Talk about
Wait,
how much
okay.
pain you're in.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
wait.
Two freaking weeks.
Okay, hold
yeah.
on. Before we get started, for people who don't know the show, this is the Creative Block. I'll do a quick intro real quick. Welcome, everybody. We talk about storytelling and comics. This is a rotating show between myself, Jake, Hyper Wizard, who is Gout Wizard today, Pear down there, and Phill. It's we switch between our channels every Thursday night. So join us if you want to hear about storytelling. We'll be talking about conceptual shorthands. I have a presentation done and everything. Wow, I'm actually prepared for once. Shocking. But yeah, we're gonna catch up, talk about our 2 weeks, and then I have an eBay auction that I'll pull up, and then we'll roll into the actual presentation. Okay, go ahead, Jake.
Well, no, you should just bring up auction. Yeah, 2 things. Auction in you got 15 minutes. So I guess that
True.
could jump in halfway through it. Also, super chat from
go ahead.
Angela.
Oh yes. Angela Curry for 5. Thank you so much. I'm here because whatever was going on Phil's channel last week told me to be here. So hail, blockheads. I like that. Blockheads. Woo! Thank you for being here. And yes, there was no Creative Blog last week, but I guess Phill did a cat stream.
Yeah, did anybody catch that?
Yes.
I did, and I was very confused, and I was trying to parse it.
Out.
So the idea was if people super chatted, it reset and started playing again, right? The
Yeah, this is unfortunate, but if we got 5 super chats, then it would have never ended. So,
but it has to end at some point. What do you mean never ended?
Yeah, it would have never ended, but I guess we don't get to see what happens.
We're due. Marumi.
Thank you.
Member for 37 months says, hi, everyone. Hello. Thank you for being here. And thank you for being a member.
Yeah, Dongo Solo says, Phill did an e-girl stream.
I wasn't even on it.
You did.
It's great to see the chat again. I missed the chat. Jake has bunk toe,
Yes.
chop it off, get a peg, a bout of gout. See, look, geniuses. Alex Baby says Jake has been drinking Monster again. No, this marks 3 weeks without drinking a single Monster.
And that's why you got
So-
gout?
You know how an addict's brain works? That means you'll be like, well, I tried without drinking Monster and I got gout anyway, so I might as well
Yeah.
drink Monster.
Yeah, it must not
Yeah.
be the
Hey,
monster.
that's
What-
not how it works.
One hurdle presents itself, and you're like, I guess it was all for nothing. Time to relapse fully.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this was slightly difficult.
I'm planning
Wait,
on,
what caused your gout attack then? If it wasn't Monster?
Well, okay. Several elements are in play. It is hard to determine who the culprit is. Element 1, I made chili and I used affordable, in air quotes, chopped tomatoes and new chili powder that might have had coloring in it that might have done it. Culprit 2,
Wow.
the strawberry syrup that I put in my coffee sometimes.
What?
You guys never had strawberry coffee?
Oh my god.
No one's ever had strawberry coffee. What?
That
I
sounds
go to Starbucks
strange
and I
but
say to
good.
them, do you guys have strawberry syrup that I can have in my coffee? And they're like, what the fuck? And I'm like, fine. How about I buy strawberry syrup, I make coffee at home, and I make my own self a strawberry coffee.
Wow.
Anyway, yes, suspect number 2, the strawberry syrup.
Is it
Probably.
Hershey's?
It's probably full of everything. It's probably full of terrible things. I'm sure, what's his name? RFK. He'd probably slap the shit out of me if he saw the label for that strawberry syrup
Yeah.
bottle. What is the third culprit? Oh, I have been having milk. I think it's just a cluster whirlwind of elements. But yeah, so no camera, no desk. It sucks. But I do have good news. It has been quite a 2 weeks.
Don't
Okay,
say.
Step 1. Today, I finally managed to win an auction for Tomb Raider comics. I got issues like 0 to 20 for like $50. I'm very happy. I finally get to. I'll read them and I'll be like, oh man, these suck. Why did I spend money on these?
Well,
But no,
hopefully the art is good inside.
Oh, the art is so good. The paneling looks great. The coloring looks awesome. It feels just like the 90s incarnate, but not like a superhero-y adjacent IP. It's just like a fucking video game comic, right? It's Tomb Raider. It seems so unique. Boob woman with guns.
Oh yeah, those comics have good covers too.
And they all look amazing.
A lot of really cool. I think Michael Turner did a lot of the art for Tomb Raider. But I'm sad that you don't have a camera because you can't show off your Harry Partridge book.
Well, okay. I sent Irene a link to the tweet. I mean, I could flick through the book. I can actually go on camera. That is another thing that happened this week. Starbarian Tales #1 from Harry Partridge. It came. I had 4 of them came. It came 4 times. Harry came 4 times to my door today.
Wow. You guys are very close. I see.
Yeah, you can pull up the tweet.
I am working on it. I am trying to wade through the massive tabs.
It is a huge 111-page book. I counted. I think, Angela Sarah Harry Partridge is great. Anyone in the chat who got that book, if you backed it, did you get it? Sound off who backed it. I was able to read it in 2 sittings. I got halfway through and I was like, man, I'm tired, which is great for me. Like, to get halfway through, I get
that's pretty good.
Reading.
If you guys don't know, Jake is the perfect test reader. How do I put it? For a severely ADHD audience.
It's called lowest common denominator.
Yes. So if you can hold his attention, then that's pretty good. Okay, let me share this.
Alex got it.
I even wrote a little review. Nice. I never write reviews because I'm like, who the fuck am I to write? Like, if I ever write anything that's an opinion on anything, I read it back and I think I'm a retard. and I delete it because I'm like, you don't
Wow.
deserve to be able to say so. But yes,
You're the
after
one,
in-
yeah, sharing your
Look at that
opinion on the
face.
internet?
So cool.
it's so gay. Sharing your opinions on stuff is so gay. I can read it. Okay, after a girthy 111 pages read, I have become enlightened. The art is superb with glorious cartooning. The cartooning was great. There's so many great faces. All of the photos I shared were
great.
just Kilgar's extreme faces, but a lot of it is good. Oh, he's so beautiful. Look
Yeah,
at
the
that.
cartooning is so much fun.
The colors, like, consistently striking throughout. He tried to achieve a very Mobius vibe, I feel. If I'm even making the right reference there. But yeah, they were colored by someone who wasn't me. I didn't know. I did Fiendish 2.5 instead. But yeah, the
noble
story
sacrifice.
climaxes in a maelstrom of fun and mayhem where story elements from across the entire book finally collide. This is like the biggest worry all the time with comics people put out, is the writing, sadly, it sucks so often. Like, no matter what, from across the spectrum, people's writing just sucks, and it's like basic structure doesn't even happen. But the ending and how it really does feel like a whirlwind at the end. Like the it's all everything is worthwhile when you get to the end, and it's this chaotic whirlwind. It was very fun to read. It felt great at the end. Like, you felt happy. It was an uplifting ending in a very entertaining. But yeah, it's brimming with the same humor you'd find in the animated series. You can hear the characters as well. They have defined voices, which is, in some people's comics, they usually end up just having the same voice, which is like the writer's voice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it really feels like a whole movie in one book, which he sold it as. So yeah, I was very, very happy with this book.
Sweet. Yeah, I love it when I guess it's because it's something I struggle with, being really over the top cartoony, and he does it so well without, well, the characters still look like themselves, right? And that's really hard to do. Such a fun style.
Yeah, giving characters
Bancroft asks,
go on.
would you describe the writing as aesthetic? Is it aesthetic and ethereal?
There's
aesthetic.
If there's an aesthetic, it's the freaking narrator. There's only one criticism I have, and that it's over narrated. I'm not a fan of narrators that basically sometimes say literally what's happening in the panel. That does happen in this book. I think it's for comedic effect. As someone who struggles to read because tiny baby brain, I just kind of started just skipping the narration bubble. And I'm like, great, this is great. I don't know what's going on, and I'm so entertained. But yeah, what is aesthetic writing?
Cool.
Writing as
I don't know.
I didn't know aesthetic was an adjective.
Is it when you like focus on mood? Yeah, and vibe or whatever. Fancy. It just sounds like fancy prose where nothing's happening, but it sounds nice.
Okay,
really
well,
that's purple prose too. They call that.
Oh,
that might be the same thing.
All these technical terms and shit here. My God.
Yeah, there's a certain level of stating the obvious that happens in some of the writing, but it is fully worthwhile. You get quite a bang for your buck. It feels like you read a full movie. Very good. I was very happy.
Cool. Yeah, it looks like fun.
But yeah,
thank you for sharing.
Outside of wait, that has 42 likes. Wow, what the fuck? Okay, cool.
That's all my
Yes, you should do comic reviews more. Apparently, that's how you get likes on Twitter.
They would just be not very nice. Like, I can't do it's good to have a book that you can say good things about for once. But outside
Yep.
of Harry Partridge and Tomb Raider, what else to do? Oh, yeah. I locked down for like the last freaking month. I did the layouts, 30 pages worth of layouts fully lettered for the first Conan the Barbarian side story, guidance story, side quests 1. The artist is now working on those. So yeah, I spent a whole
Oh,
month doing all the
nice.
layouts, a ton of designs, probably too much work.
Definitely too much. Okay, if you guys thought my layouts for Fiendish 2.5 were ridiculous, you guys should see Jake's.
They
It's,
only look over the top because they're shaded.
Sure, whatever. But
Yeah,
you
they're
also
boring.
did designs and stuff because now I feel like with well, I guess it helped that with Fiendish there was already a book, 2 books, but yeah, you have like design sheets and everything. It's gonna be great. You guys are gonna love this book. It's so much fun.
Henry Bemis, call it next with Rob and Jake. Are you talking about a review show? God, if I could let out my inner Rob, it would not be very fun. Well, no, it would actually be fun. It would not be fun for me because people would start to dislike. Why did he say this about my stuff? Like, I have a Rob next within me. But yes, I've sent you one of the designs I did.
Oh, where'd you send it to me?
Discord.
Okay. Difficult.
All places where images are shared.
I'm not on Discord. I ignore my Discord. Okay, I'm gonna. God damn it, Jake.
I'm on Discord.
You asked me.
Yes, I did. it's what I do. I ask for my friends to share things with me, and then I
Hey,
flip out about
Bibbly
it.
Bob. Bibbly Bob's in the chat. What's up, Bibbly?
Hello.
Hello. How do I?
Um,
I guess I'll have to download it.
What's up, Snug?
Hey, Snuggy is here. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining. Before I forget, I'd appreciate if everyone hit like, especially because we skipped a week. It would help greatly to have some likes on the show and put it back in the algorithm. I would really appreciate that. Okay, I found the image. Okay. There you go. Fucking finally. I apologize. It's entirely my fault. There you go. Look at that.
Whoa.
Yeah. So you've done. I've seen all of these designs, and he's done like 20 pages of them, and it's kind of fucking ridiculous because you've done it in a month, and it makes me very angry.
Well, it's the power of procrastination. When you feel like you shouldn't really be doing a thing, you're like, haha, I'll be sneaky and do it. And I don't know, you just kind of spurg out on it. But yeah, I dove into this. Is the one thing I will share. Can people guess this location? I kind of think it's probably obvious, but
Yeah, is this inside of his tree?
It's Cardinal's home. Yeah.
This is Connell's living room / like bed.
It's like the meme. Don't they say the meme like men only need one thing to be happy, and it's like a couch with a TV?
Yeah, if you on his, he doesn't even. Yeah, his TV is that little video game console. Alex in the chat has the artwork for that. The Dream Deck, with 2 little controllers. That ends up being featured for like 1 panel. This room gets used in 1 panel of the guidance story.
What's up with that redacted black oval?
That's making it YouTube.
Those
safe.
are tits. And thank you for redacting that and not getting my channel
Is
fucked.
that a stone woman? With her...
It's a statue. Yes, the statuesque woman. There is a maiden of stone in that corner. But yeah, he has his wall full of heads. Is that an entire arm as a trophy? Well, yeah, the gauntlet is the trophy. It just happened to still have an arm in it.
He just never bothered to take the arm out of it.
He didn't empty the arm out.
Oh my god, that's great.
That
your
guy
video game design skills really show through. It's everything about this is fun. It's just it feels like a fun game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just feels
like a home base for a game.
You just walk in and then it would be so fun. And this is what the shot that it would be if it is a video game. You'd be able to press A to go in the house, and then you get to walk up the stairs to one
Yeah.
side, and then press A and walk up the ladder to go upstairs. It's like a point and click adventure game location, and yeah, all of the things I design end up feeling very video gamey.
I like the Mike Wazowski King and Quotos head over there.
Yes, go over to the heads, the
The
wall of
heads?
heads. Yeah, I sat down. I was like, oh, I've got to design a bunch of severed heads for him to have as a collection on his wall. I think I pretty much got a good spread of
I
what
like the
you would
shrunken
want to
head.
do. Yeah, the like alien from Futurama, the news reporter guy, but Cyclops version, the two. Those African masks, I actually have those in my living room. That's
cool.
It's a direct reference to I have a big one and a small one, and they're like buddies. But yeah, I'm sure Connor will get high at some point and have a conversation with these whilst lying back on the sofa. But yeah, and that
Nice.
window right at the back above his head, I guess, would technically be Tree's butthole.
Thank you for that information.
The skylight.
Really needed to know that.
Yeah, the skylight. That's where the tree's rear would be, technically. So
Amazing.
Thank you for that. Really needed that.
Yeah, I just thought the people needed to know. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yes, indeed.
I like
really
the glowing
needed to know.
rocks too. Like the glowing rocks are the light. It's very mood light, you know.
It meant in order to put lighting around, all I had to do was draw like a rock. It's not having to draw like a candle or whatever.
Smart.
Or a proper light system.
He's
got his
Alex asked if Maikun is alive. Yes, it is. Sorry. Maikun is here.
Does he clap to change the color of the lights?
Okay, Phill. Very good, Phill. Yes. So, seeing as you mention it, yeah, they are clap sensitive. He can change the color, so it's like he has LED mood lights in his place. Yes, he can. It's great. I like it. It's not how trees work. Well, that's
how trees work now. Yeah, that's how they work now. That's why we do fantasy. We can make it whatever the fuck we want.
But yeah,
yes.
There's two other rooms. There's like an upstairs and a downstairs. I'm looking forward to being able to share more about this side story later, but it will be like next year. But you know, it's well underway. I'm so happy with how it's turning out so far. But I really want to get that done in advance. Hoping to get
awesome.
Connell main chapter finished this year, and in people's hands at least by the end of this year. Then next year it'll be this guidance story, and then it'll be chapter 2 like the following year. So yeah, very excited. There's tons of freaking design. The sketchy starts for this side story is going to be insane because there's so many designs.
No, it's awesome.
Awesome.
I mean, you really got all this slammed out in a little over a month or so, right? And I love the idea. I know I didn't, invent the idea of guidance, but I love seeing more of them in indie books because it takes so long for one person to draw a main book, and all of our books are like they're not just 25-page floppies, right? So having these side books, 0.5 books, is a wonderful idea, and I love seeing more of it.
Yeah, it'll be 30 pages as well, so
nice.
Ooh,
pretty
sweet.
girthy.
Yeah, that's even more than a regular comic book. Look at everybody high efforting it. Look at all this high effort. Look at us getting shit done, having no chill at all.
What happens when you take 2 weeks
way.
off? We got 2 weeks off. That was even more
to
talk about.
Yes, exactly. That's definitely
1 week.
I definitely had a lot happen in 2 weeks, and I didn't just sit at home and work all day. I guess since I might as well jump into it. I am working on something I can show. There's a bunch of I spent like a week and a half on something that I can't show, and have a bunch of other stuff that I can't show. But I suppose I can make an announcement and show a new cover that I'm working on now. Yeah, I'm very excited about this. So the announcement first. The announcement is it appears like I'm going to Osaka ComicCon, which is great. It's the sort of a secondary show. I've been to Tokyo Comic Con before, but I haven't been to Osaka Comic Con. I've been to Tokyo Comic Con twice, and wonderful experience. Let me tell you guys, in the way they do cons in Japan is just next level. It's like, I feel like every show I've been to outside of the States has been great. Maybe because it's more of a special thing. I think in the States, people are so used to Comic Cons, they're just like, oh, here's a table that's half falling over. You don't get no backdrop. Bring your own shit. You don't get electricity. Especially for Artist Alley. I don't give a fuck about Artist Alley. But like every show I've been to overseas has been, first of all, especially in Latin America, they go until like 10 p.m., but they give you like a really nice backdrop. You get electricity and everything. Anyways, and in Japan, they love comics. So it's just, they treat you so well. People will buy your books. It doesn't matter if it's not like a mainline publisher book. I love it. And I actually haven't brought Fiendish to Japan yet. So I am working on getting the Japanese editions printed. I'm scrambling because I have about a little over a month to get everything ready. And I'm getting real nervous.
When is this?
It's May. It's like right at the beginning of May. I think the 3rd
That's
and the
crazy.
4th.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm getting a little nervous. Time kind of just flew by for the past month or so, but I'm working hard to get everything ready. I have all the translations done, and I just finished lettering all 3 Fiendish books in Japanese. But what I'm working on now is I decided that so the English editions, I have all the covers set, right? And I have like the permanent cover, but I feel like I should have new covers for the at least Japanese edition, but I think I'll just have like Japanese and Chinese editions because those are two languages I'm working on. So they'll kind of be a Western variant and an Eastern variant. So I'm gonna slam out 2 covers in a week. Let's see if I can do it. And this is a new cover for chapter 2. That's just a rough. This is what I'm working on now. And I can show like the pencils of it, but
yeah, that seems like a way more manga-ish cover than the normal Fiendish shoe cover.
Manga.
Yeah, because the thing is, the markets are really different and people like different things. And if you notice with like just movie posters, they make movie posters different for Asia and America, and just every country is different. So I'm like, I feel like I should do that. I'll have an Eastern variant and a Western variant. Like a Spanish edition has American covers. That's fine. But I'm working on this now. So pray for me. I'm going to try to get 2 covers penciled, inked, and colored in a week.
You can do it.
Yeah.
Prints, right? Yeah. Or yeah, you got to do it in a week.
But this is
I
crazy.
need to get it printed.
What I've noticed, like manga covers are usually, and this makes sense because you do this, they're usually just like one character, you know, that you're focusing on. They almost never have like ensembles or crazy intricate backgrounds, especially like when you pick up just like just a manga that's, you know, multiple chapters in one. The background's almost always just like a solid color with a character and then the title, you know. So it's cool to see you going with that style.
Yeah, that's definitely something I've noticed because it's like the American covers. I don't have the books near me right now, but the like a chapter 1 and all of the covers except for chapter 2.5, it's a team cover. It's the whole team basically on the cover. But I think partially it's because American comics are bigger and manga is smaller, but it's just the market's different, and I want to draw something that appeals to the local market if I'm going to try and sell there. So I'll all the Japanese covers are going to, well, for 2.5 I'll use one of Rushbrook's pieces, but yeah, this will be chapter 2 and this will be chapter 1. What's funny is these are really old compositions. This is my folder full of scrapped cover ideas, and then I went back and I was like, why didn't I draw these? They're actually pretty good, but I realized that it's because I feel like these wouldn't do so well in an American market, and I wanted the permanent covers to be story covers for the Western edition. But yeah, I think this works great for manga. It's like one character is really simple, minimal background. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my best and get these all pumped out in a week.
Awesome.
Will these be available to purchase online? I was debating that, but I feel like I might as well. So yeah, I wasn't sure if people would want like different language variants, because I know online my audience is, you know, mostly American, but it's like I have a Spanish and Japanese edition, so I should have it on the store at least. What do you guys think, chat and panel? I feel like I might as well. It doesn't hurt.
Well, I think
Denver Solis is finally a Yomi cover.
No,
that you should definitely have them available. Do not deny the true Fiendish fans access to the full collection.
Yeah, especially 'cause I think if you there's a chance that you don't sell out over there, especially if you overprint, and then you'll have these other copies. And if you have some like really hardcore Fiendish fans that want to collect everything, I think that's important as well.
Cool. All right. Yeah, Tokome and Alex VRB said they would get it, so I'll have them at least on the store. I think that's only fair. So yeah, you guys can stay tuned for that. Rini's audience is mostly mammalian. I mean, mostly, but not entirely, right? I mean, we can't assume.
Snuggie asked, are you going to translate it to English?
I'll consider it. Yeah, I'll consider it. I know this whole time I've just had it in my made-up language, Japanese, Spanish, Chinese. I'll think of publishing it in English someday, guys. It's a good idea. It's a good idea.
Excited for that.
Most of my foreign versions are because of the printing. I don't know what that means.
Wait, so you're gonna have Japanese versions of 1, 2, and 2.5?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's so cool.
Yep. I mean, I'm a little, I don't know. I'm kind of just diving into it because it's like, well, I haven't really established like Japanese audience or anything, and I'm just gonna go to a con there and bring all 3 books and hope it sells. But dude, people love comics in Japan, and you never know until you try. You gotta take a risk. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and print like a handful of them and take them there.
Yeah, Plungecast in the chat says the reason why we purchased from foreign creatives visiting our lands overseas is that we appreciate the effort and cost to journey over to the outside of the U.S. So they do their part by buying stuff. Yeah, I think when you're on, you need a little American flag. You need a tiny American flag, a tiny Taiwanese flag, and have it on the table.
Oh, I can't find that chat. Why don't I see it on my end? Thank you for that comment.
It was a little bit ago. It was a little bit ago.
Cool. Yeah. I see it now. No, it's I guess you're at least outside of the US. It's true. Every con I've been to, both I've done a con called SOFA. It's literally called SOFA in Columbia and Tokyo Comic-Con. It's just great. It's it must be because they know, especially for artists that aren't local, people travel to be there. But I mean, of course there's a love for comics in American conventions, but I think it's with like indie books, especially in Japan, at least from what I've noticed, people are because their whole market is indie. It's not, well, this is just it's either real comics are from, you know, just two or three publishers like we kind of have in the States. Wish I would change soon in time. But yeah, people are really open to original creations, and indie books are super supportive of that. So I just love it. And Japan has a culture of being very invested in arts and crafts. So it's great. It's great. I can't wait to go. I'm so excited for this.
Yeah, Pablo's
Did
talking about
you-
doujinshi.
Yeah, I've actually been to Comic-Con. So doujinshi are they're fan-made comics. They're like fan comics, but it's interesting because Japan is total tangent, but Japan is very, very strict on their copyright law. Like you can't get away with just in the States you'll have we'll just like draw a character from some TV show and sell it as a print, right? You can't do that in Japan. It's like, do you own this character? Do you have a license to draw this? You don't. Well, you can't sell it at a con. They're very strict about that. But doujinshi is sort of they're fan created comics that are just culturally accepted, as you can just create a fan comic of, I don't know, like One Piece or like Marvel characters. I went to Comic-Con once and I bought these doujinshis of, I don't know, Wolverine and Deadpool teaming up, and it was like 10 years ago, so it was way before the movie. It was kind of great that somebody in Japan drew a doujinshi of that, and it's just accepted because I think everyone recognizes it's a way to encourage creativity. So, and they have whole giant conventions of just fan comics.
Yeah,
There are
crazy.
no mainline books. You don't see One Piece, you don't see Marvel. It's just fan-made indie comics, and it's amazing. I wish we had a culture like that. So we're building now, but yeah,
I would
love
love
it.
to. I don't mean to interrupt. I don't know when you scheduled your auction for, but you might have done it for a wrong time. Is it supposed to be up?
Did I? No, 11:30.
Okay. Okay, cool. I didn't know if you.
Yeah,
done it
maybe.
already
I mean, knowing me, I probably did schedule it wrong. No. It'll be up in like 10 minutes. There you go.
Okay,
Let me
great.
refresh. Yeah, eBay auction will be up in 10 minutes, and I'll drop that link in the chat. But yeah, that's about it. I can stop waffling for now.
What stuff's
I don't
gonna
think there's
be in
anything else.
Osaka then? Like, what are people gonna be selling? Their own
So-
series, or will they have Jujinshi? Like,
So Tokyo Comic Con and Osaka Comic Con are the I can drop the convention website so you guys can all check it out, because I know it's like all the way in Japan, but
if we want to go, we need the information to,
yeah.
listen,
Buy your
there you
passes
go.
early, guys. Buy them now.
Yeah.
I know it's like most people won't be able to go, but I'm just saying, I use conventions as an excuse to travel, but because it's also a business write-off for me. But if you do want to go to Japan, I would recommend scheduling your trip around Comic-Con or one of these conventions, because it's just a whole experience, man. And Osaka Comic-Con and Tokyo Comic-Con are supposed to be like American shows. So there's the Artist Alley, and then you do have a little movie section. It's not that much celebrity stuff. There's some. It's like last year there was, I think, who's that? Norman Reedus was at Osaka Comic-Con or something. So they do have some celebrity stuff, but yeah, it's like an American show, but just really polished, and it's quite large. It's huge. And Artist Alley is a little more formal than what you see in the States sometimes. But yeah, that's about it. It's very much like a Western show.
Hopefully you could take some footage to show everybody what it's like the Artist Alley and stuff.
Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah. That's a great idea. Oh my gosh, I should make videos.
Yeah.
Content.
That would be dope.
Oh yeah.
I know, I'm pretty sure Jaro is from Japan, who frequents the chats, and he's an awesome artist as well. Maybe he'll be out there. Be cool.
I'll turn my mic down. Is this better? Apparently I'm loud. I mean, that's just my voice.
Yeah, that happens.
Is this better? I'm
think that's
loud
good.
and I look like a ghost.
Yeah, it's not peaking
Don't mind
anymore.
me. Okay, great. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, I think that's about it for my week. Other than more work on Fiendish and commissions. And it's not time for the auction yet, but I might as well show this now. There you
Right.
go.
So in
That's
10
what you're
minutes,
auctioning?
8 minutes,
Yeah.
you're doing an eBay auction, Michael Bancroft style, or let's be serious here, Hyper Wizard style. You know?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. So I saw the wild success that Jake and Bancroft had with eBay. So I actually forgot I still had this piece. I drew this like before New York Comic Con and I just never sold it. And I didn't bring it up at the last Red Valkyrie auction. So this is like the only piece of original art I still have left. But I dug it up and I'm like, you know what? I can just try out this eBay thing. I just opened my eBay account. It's brand new, newfangled. I'm testing it out. But if you guys like this is I guess my anime version of Punchline. It's like goth Punchline.
Punchline,
So,
yeah, from DC. Is she
yeah.
Joker's daughter, or am I getting that wrong?
I don't think so.
I thought she was somehow related to Joker.
I just like her design.
Whatever,
It's a really cool design.
Bancroft
there
says
you
now
go.
let's go with Bancroft style TMC, all rights reserved.
Oh shit.
We need to all
I
copy
mean, totally didn't
Bancroft's
copy
trading card
Bancroft.
We need to do carbon copies of Bancroft's trading card campaign. We need to completely, finally rip off the rip-offer.
He's a monster. So 16-hour flight of money, get that, and you have to pay for the travel bag. Yeah, it's kind of insane. I'm just gonna ship my books. It's well, for me, it's worth it because I'm gonna go visit family in Taiwan anyways. So I might as well. Like, I regularly fly 16 hours, and that's where all my money goes. I don't spend money on anything else. I just pay a lot of money to fly to Asia all the time. It's wonderful. But yeah, listen, it's worth it. Japan is fucking awesome. I will post a link to the auction. Thank you for that.
Alex
But
already
yeah.
did.
Oh, thank you. Thank you much. I'll just pin that then. How was you guys this week, Pear or Phill?
You should pin
You guys wanna
Alex's
go?
comment.
I will. I
can go
am.
kinda
I'm working
fast.
on it.
I've been playing a lot of basketball. Remember I told you guys it's my new life goal to beat these high schoolers?
Yeah,
And-
I saw you quit
and-
comics and you're going into basketball now.
Yeah. I've been playing so much. I've been going in every day for at least an hour, shooting threes. And I got to play a 3-on-3 game against one of the varsity high schoolers. He's really good. And I drained 3 threes in his face and 3 layups. But he drained like 4 threes in my face. His team won. But I was so close. It was 10 to 10.
Don't talk about draining in other people's faces, you know?
Oh my god.
That's what basketball is. You're just draining threes in faces. But yeah, I don't know.
How do your shins feel? They feel good?
My body is old. That's my main disadvantage. It makes me wonder about the youthful body I took for granted. And yeah, just one.
I mean, no. Where's the lie, though? You realize when you hit your 30s, everything just starts falling apart. And it's like, oh, I wasn't grateful enough.
Yeah,
I was actually, looking back, astonished at how terrible my teeth were before they all got fixed. Like, it was they got.
Yeah, Monster energy drinks just burn away all the patina or whatever stuff on your teeth. You don't need to take care of them.
Poutine?
No, patina or like whatever, plaque. That's the word. Started with a P.
Good plaque.
Plaque. That's how it works.
You were sinking threes in all these faces.
Yeah, you quit pumping and now you're dunking.
Yeah, now you're dunking.
I can't dunk. I wonder if I'll be able to touch rim. I could touch rim in high school, but I can't at all.
You should
now,
try as hard as possible to touch as much rim as possible.
But yeah, there's nothing feels better than draining threes in someone's face. I'm telling you, like when the ball goes in the net, it feels so good.
That's
You
great.
guys ruined my story with sexual innuendo.
You're the one ruining it with the
If you don't want these two to ruin your story, don't say rim or dunk
Training.
or
Or
anything
balls.
like that. Yeah, yes, or balls.
Dribble.
You should know. You should know your friends.
Yeah. And then the other thing I'm working on is getting Cerberus ready. It's almost ready. It's like maybe in a month. It's got to get lettered. I'm touching up some colors, but it's been fun because I've been getting it ready for the letter. So I'm touching up colors and going over the script, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited for people to see it. So I got to start promoting it more formally pretty soon. Like maybe get a mailing list or something, or start tweeting out some art. Do like a countdown like Bancroft did back in the day. I think something like that. But
Cool.
That'll be dope. And we got a few weeks until Vatican City comes out, right?
yeah, Vatican City, April 9th, which will be awesome. I can't wait.
Big. Go pick it up.
Yeah, that's one
Do
of those
it.
cool moments when in the past you ordered the comic from the comic shop and it's like, oh yeah, I bet you're gonna come back for this, and then you get to turn up and be like, I will buy that thing I pre-ordered, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Holy
have a bunch
shit.
of comics that
Kirkus-
I'm supposed to pick up at the shop that I don't want to.
Go pick up your copies of Vatican City. Don't leave
Yeah,
those
pick those
babies
ones up.
hanging.
I'm gonna pick those
Yes,
ones
Well,
up.
don't abandon
mean-
Pear.
Technically, it doesn't make a
Please,
difference
you.
to Pav if you do or not.
That's
As long
true.
as
All
the
you have to
comic
do is
shop
order
works.
them.
That's how this broken system works, right?
Hey, no, don't. Let's not screw over our lovely local small businesses.
Screw over
Everyone, if you
comic
order
shops.
something from your comic shop, please pick it up. These comic shops are suffering.
Real quick, Comics Legend says any signed copies? Yeah, I ordered a box of each issue, so like 300 issues or something, and I'm gonna put them, but I don't get them till June, so it'll be later. But then I'm gonna sell those signed, so keep your eye out for that. And I was wondering if there's a way to get Mark's signature, but that's funny. That's an extension beyond what I'm comfortable with as far as neediness goes. But I think the technology is if they do that, they call it cover plates. Have you guys heard of that?
Yeah, where someone
Yes.
signs
Yeah.
a bunch of them.
Yeah. It's like they sign a sticker, and the sticker goes on the comic, and then it's signed by the writer and the artist or whatever.
Are
that
you
could be
saying that
cool.
Mark Millar doesn't want to try and go to Heroes and then get arrested at the airport for going to a convention? Did you guys hear about that? Like an
No.
artist got detained because they were going to a con in America.
Yeah,
No.
I heard about that. I don't know the details, but I heard generally what happened.
Is that what
I
happened
don't know.
last year
They
at C2E2?
Huh?
Is that what happened last year at C2E2? Or is it something
But
else?
all I heard is that they were coming to a convention, and I guess like, oh, you're coming to sell books at a con.
You're a
Denied,
dirty
like,
alien.
even
Oh
if,
yeah,
even if you're getting
that's
like a free
retarded.
hotel room or something.
I think they really should make an exception for like, well, it's a trade show. It's like it's business, but you're also here just for a week to market something, and oftentimes you're a guest of a trade show. Like, why should you be detained for that, right? That's just ridiculous. That puts people off from coming to America or traveling anywhere.
Sure.
If
Yeah,
they're gonna
so
do
all
that.
I'm saying is get Mark Millar to attempt to come to Heroes Con.
Yeah, are you doing any cons soon, Pear?
I think I'm gonna do Heroes Con. I haven't bought my ticket yet, but I'm heavily peer pressured by multiple people beyond what you would even imagine.
You should buy your ticket. You should buy your ticket. Why didn't you buy your ticket
Did you
yet?
buy your ticket yet? Did you buy?
Why didn't you buy your ticket?
Buy your what?
Checking out last year, you can't drop out again. You gotta go.
I know.
Buy
No,
your
I
ticket.
think I'll make it. You know what stops me is I hate going to the airport. I usually have to ask like a friend for a
Just
ride or
walk.
whatever.
Yeah,
But I
don't
can figure out a
even-
way to do it without doing
just walk to
Just
Charlotte.
walk there.
it. Yeah.
Just
Or no.
walk all the
Forrest
way to
Gump
Charlotte.
it.
You don't
gotta
even.
gump it
I
up.
mean, what airport do you go to? Portland?
Seattle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That explains that. Yeah, that's more of a pain. It'll be worth
The
it. It's
old
fine.
SeaTac.
Yeah,
I
I think I
remember
can
the
catch
first
the
time I
ferry
did-
to downtown, and as long as I don't get mugged by homeless crackheads, I can make it to the train that goes straight to the airport. So that would be the easiest way.
Yeah.
We'll be praying for
Or the
you.
Are your
monorail.
plane ticket?
Will
Yeah, I gotta
all
get
of
my-
the issues be out by the time Heroes comes around?
There. How many issues are there? 3.
3. Yeah, the last issue I think is in June. I think it's
It
one a
might
month.
Be
April,
because
May,
that's the end of June, so you might have all the issues out by Heroes Con.
So there's a chance.
If I do, that would be amazing for sure.
Yeah.
That would be
There's
cool.
a chance people could get them like as they're coming out and then bring them to Heroes for you to sign.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
John Snowden says SeaTac is the worst airpot ever. I've
I
only
remember the
transferred
first time
through
I
it.
visited Seattle and I went to SeaTac and I was like, wait, it's not in the city? I have to get a train into the city? What?
Yeah, don't you love it when airports are like that?
Well, I just forgot how big America is, and I'm like, surely I could just like walk or something. It's like, no, Jake, you're retarded.
No. Sweet summer
Ginormous.
child. I guess that's the one good thing about Hartsfield Jackson. It's that's the ATL airport, which is gigantic. There are trains between the terminals, guys. You have to take a train to get between terminals.
really?
But
Wow.
The plane,
yeah,
it's the plane train, and they talk to you like you're a fucking baby playing with letter blocks on the ground. They're like,
well, it's
"Welcome
probably
to
because
Seagate."
retards. It's probably because retards have gone on there and missed their gates or like just fallen over and try to
Get
walk
mad.
around while the train is moving like a bunch of idiots. So yeah, the announcer is like, "Hold on, the plane train is starting now," and it goes like 5 miles an hour.
Yeah, the next stop is
it's
C
cute.
for car. If you need to get off at C for car or cat, then get off
Hey.
here. Where you need a Burger King.
Listen, with the general intelligence of regular Americans, I feel like that level of interaction is necessary.
Real quick, my friend, his young child is addicted to video games at too young of an age, at like 5 or something like that.
Roblox
So
or Fortnite.
he loves his phone, or he loves his parents' phone. He'll take it and be playing. And at an airport, he went missing at an airport, so they were kind of freaking out. They had like 10 minutes. It wasn't like insane, but their flight was getting called, so they had to find him fast. They're kind of running around. They couldn't find. They find him at the last second. He's hiding like behind some chairs in like a corner by a giant potted plant kind of thing. And he's got the phone. He's playing a game, and they were calling the phone the entire time because they knew he had it. So they're like, "Bud, we were calling you. Like, why didn't you answer the phone?" He's like, "I know, that was so annoying."
Kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
LAX was always easy to fly out. Some people hate it. The LAX is actually not that bad. I don't know if this is a controversial opinion, but it's not that bad.
I had a
So-
good experience there.
Yeah.
Can we say that if Pear comes to Heroes Con, this will be the reunion of the creative block in person?
Don't
Ooh,
curse him,
yeah.
The full
Yeah,
reunion?
don't curse it. This is not a
curse.
this
There's
is
no
not a
curse.
They're all in the same
oh,
place.
in-
Attack!
an official get together or anything. We just happen to be at a show. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Because
not
if
a
we
big
make it
deal. and
Official thing, it'll be cursed.
I'll
Totally
check
not a big
Craigslist
deal.
beforehand
No
and see if
one
there's
pays
any
attention
sex
to it.
dungeons.
Yeah,
Thanks, Pear. You're yeah,
Craigslist.
really walking us into that.
No, it'll be it might be the reunion. Maybe maybe
here's
there's
his,
a panel. Maybe we could do a panel in a hotel lobby or something. You know?
Oh, I don't know,
We're
but
not
I
gonna
mean,
give
I
it
would
to
love to, but I don't know if we have the audience for that. But that
doing
would
a
be
panel
cool.
and we're the audience as well.
Well, yeah. Who's gonna see? We're gonna have like 2 people there watching us because we're
Seeing
so
as we're in the same
popular.
place, we could do something. It'd be cool.
We should, yeah. Here's is a really good show. Chat, if you guys don't know, that's in Charlotte, North Carolina, and it's very, very art and comic book focused. And apparently, this year it's huge. Like, I don't even know, because I've been going to Hero since college. I've been going on and off for like over a decade, and it's always been a mid-sized show that's very, very art focused. They have like an art stage in the middle of the convention floor, and half of the show is Artist Alley. It's put on by Heroes Aren't Hard to Find, a local comic shop. Shout out to them. Absolutely amazing. But yeah, apparently this year, the organizers said they got like over 1,000 requests for tables or something. It's nuts.
Blowing up.
So I don't even know how they're gonna fit that many people. But yeah, you guys should definitely go. It is the place to be. Father's Day weekend. Yes, indeed. Father's Day weekend.
Just in case Ice is listening, I'm just going as a attendant / fan of comics. I am not going in any work capacity whatsoever.
Well, you're not. You don't really have a book.
No, I know.
So, yes. Jake will strictly be going as a fan. This is definitely not for business. He will not be selling anything. No, Alex, why would you betray us?
Oh no, I'll blame you.
No. Yeah, just blame Alex. Call him
Here,
out.
I found this picture.
What? Oh.
Pulls up cat. There it is. Oh,
hey! Oh, look at that. The good old times.
I prefer Jake's face in this picture, though.
Oh God! Look at that. That was in whatever that hotel was lobby. I just
Phill
got
still
there, right?
Under 30 at that point.
Might have been. Yeah.
2 years ago.
Yeah, this is right before I turned 30.
We're getting old,
young
guys.
gun status hadn't been revoked yet.
Yeah.
I'm still in my 20s.
Alex says that coffee is Jake trying to sober up. That is not coffee. That is.
None of us are drinking coffee. This was tequila at 2 a.m.
Yeah, I got peer pressured by Cecil, and it worked because he's.
There was a lot of peer pressure from Cecil.
Yeah.
He's a little bad influence. Good guy, though.
Terrible. Let's blame him for everything. But yeah, this was fun. I just drove like 7 hours and got there at 3 a.m. after almost dying in the swamps. It was great. Good times. Yeah, Heroes will be even better. And Charlotte is a nice little wholesome town. Some nice restaurants around there. So we're going to have fun. It'll be great.
Yes. And I will definitely have copies of this. Look at, I got my proofs in. The proofs. I can't wait to get it.
Ooh, awesome. Hold on, let me full screen you.
Yeah, it'll be a great way to get. I'll definitely have overstock, overprint stuff. So if people want me to sign them, or you could bring it to sign. Look at that piece. That's freaking insane.
That is absolutely beautiful. Oh my God.
So crazy.
Sweet. Is there original art of that?
It's digital. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I see the
printed the black and whites of the covers on the inside and inside back cover. There's the Doug Mankey black and white in here. And yeah, so hopefully these will be at the printer for the full print one next week. I've been double checking things on here, just like spacing on pages and bleeds and last minute edits, doing another full read through this weekend, and then sending it off to the printer next week. I'm so freaking excited about it.
Awesome. Dale asked if Brandon is going to Heroes, I guess.
Yes. Yeah, Brandon will be coming with.
Hell yeah.
First Heroes Con. So
cool.
Yeah, so that's what I've been doing this week. Just got these in yesterday. I did a bunch of writing as well. I'm writing technically issue 2 of the Western book. So I'm super excited about that. That's gonna be so cool. I have like the preview book is done, issue 1 art is done, and then issue 2 I'm writing right now. And then I finished my Trigun book since last time we saw.
Of course.
To finish this.
Phil's weekly Trigun update.
You were talking about that like the fan comic stuff in Japan. What's that called?
Yeah. Dojins or dojinshi.
Yeah, no Jinshi. So I like became a part of this like Trigun fan group on Facebook, and this there's this art that I saw. It was like a bunch of concept art for Trigun, and I'm like, what is this for? And it was super high quality. I'm like, is this Night House stuff? And they're like, no, the person that posted it is doing like a Trigun Dojinshi comic, and it's like super high quality. I'm like, this is insane.
Yeah, it's good stuff too. You have like the most talented people who aren't even professional mangaka just making doujin. And I think there are people who they're just professional doujinshi artists.
Yeah.
So it's kind of wild. I do have a bunch of doujinshi, but they're all in Taiwan. I don't have them with me.
Oh,
But it's actually really good stuff.
Yeah, the stuff I saw was very high quality.
You need to bring
Definitely.
a Trigun thing back for Phill.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Trigun what?
oh, I'm gonna spend so much money, but it'll all be worth
bring me
it.
a Trigun thing? Maybe. Well,
From
I didn't.
Osaka.
Yeah, they have that new series on Netflix that I didn't watch yet. I'll watch it after I'm done with the manga. But I guess they're doing a season 2 next year and it has a new subtitle. So they just released like the trailer for that. But I'm enjoying this. I have one more book left until the series is over. So I'm hype about that.
Very nice.
A lot of pages.
I'll try to find some Trigun stuff for you, Phill.
Phill, that can't be all you did in 2 weeks. Come on.
All I did? What else did I do? I did that cat stream because we didn't do a stream last week.
Amazing. Thanks for that.
For the proofs. I got the proofs. I'm doing edits on them. My brother's working on Magic Cop 3, which is awesome. He's got like 4 pages done, and I'm halfway through issue 2 on the Western, writing that, and I've been working out and feeling great. I had a steak today, and I got this dangle earring still. I'm loving it.
Yeah, I noticed. Still holding that.
Very
thing
metrosexual.
around.
I'm glad you're
looks like it
embracing
gets bigger every week.
Europeanness.
Matro.
That's what she said.
It looks like it's getting bigger.
You should. What you should do is you should buy incrementally larger earrings.
I wish I could. The only other
Switch
cross
them
I have
out
is this
week
one.
by week until it's like comedically huge.
Yeah, if anyone could send me a link, I'll buy another one.
You gotta
do your
see
shopping
when
for
someone
you.
notices.
Yeah,
It'll be like Power Girl boobs, but Phil's earring.
I guess I could update you. I'll show this tomorrow on my stream, but here, check this out. This is something we added new to the website. All right.
He was gonna save
the
the good
shell
stuff for
beans.
tomorrow.
Don't spoil it, Irene. So I added a new apparel button. So you can go get your apparel over here. Upcoming projects, comics. But if you go to merch up here, of course you have the infamous Shell Bean.
Hey,
now this is
Haunting.
the new now the POP size. Select a size.
oh my god.
Uh-oh.
There's original, but there's also bigulated.
Bigulated.
Bigulated. Now this is the bigulated Shell Bean. There's a regular one.
That's a fucking weapon right there. That's a home defense item.
So
We'll club someone with that.
The bigulated Shell Bean is now available on the site. We've already sold 2 of them since we put it up yesterday.
I like how cursed it is.
Yeah, it's a cursed image, relic,
Terrifying.
if you will. It's only $65 plus shipping. So you too could.
You should
be,
sell Shell Bean hand grenades.
Yeah, it's a great idea. Definitely do that.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being killed
Definitely won't
by
get
a
in
Shell
trouble.
Bean hand grenade?
Yeah, so go check out the bean, the Shell Bean, and everything else on the site.
I need 7 for next Christmas. I'm going to give them to all my close friends and family.
What if that's like the only Christmas gift you give? Just like these 3D printed shell beans, and they're like, "What the fuck is this pair?" Like, don't worry, you'll thank me in 10 years. It'll be worth $1 million.
This week we sold 4 regular Shell Beans and 2 bigulated Shell Beans. So it's the highest selling item on our site right now.
How many were purchased by Angela?
She only bought 1, but a while ago.
Oh, Angela, you got to up those numbers.
One person
pressure.
could buy
Angela,
4.
do you cherish your shell bean? Do you covet it?
She does. Yeah.
Is there a
She got the
bouncy
orange one.
bean?
There was the squishy bean that squeaked as well. We did a special squeaking bean, like a dog toy.
Oh
So,
yeah,
no.
where you guys had like the anger thing management thingies, the soft squishy thing.
Stressed bean.
Yeah, the stress beans. You should
Stress
make one
relief
of the
shell
shell
bean.
bean. Yeah,
Yeah.
the stress relief things.
Yeah, we just got a new another squishy filament where we could totally do that. My brother 3D printed a woman's ass, and
He would, well, obviously.
Great.
it's
Of course.
Phill,
fun stuff. So
when-
we're testing.
When is the rainbow filament articulated dragon single print shell beans to be released?
It's like a worm, but with a shell bean head. It's like a
Well,
sandworm.
It's just people who 3D print stuff, they just end up printing the same shit. They do
Yeah.
the articulated dragon that's in
Mhm.
one piece, but it's like you just paste the shell bean. They do what? Like the shell bean's face on the Pikachu body, like that the Rock's face on the Pikachu. You just do all of the 3D printing tropes.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get to that.
There you go.
Articulated
Hey,
shell
Michael
bean.
Rushbrook. Also, he knows what's up. You should just have. I thought you said to make a con of mini shell
No,
beans.
He needs a
I
tin
thought
of beans.
in my head, I just saw Phill and Brandon changing their whole Zade Comics setup at a show to just shell beans, like little jars of shell beans,
Yeah,
big shell bean plushies.
We do have a special C2E2, which we're calling the C2 Bean 2 shell
God.
bean. So if anybody comes out to C2E2, we'll have con exclusive beans. We'll probably do that for Heroes as well. If you guys didn't see it, I don't have it right here now, but it's the cookies and bean shell bean. So it's a black and white, like
sounds
marbleized
disgusting.
cookies and cream bean.
Only
Look, you
slightly
need to
terrifying.
find some metal tins, find a label printer, and you need to make replica tins of shell beans, British style, in the sauce.
Well, I'll have nightmares
That'll
of
be good.
that. Well. Oh my
Whoa.
gosh, it just crossed over to 300.
Boosh.
Wow.
Thank you guys.
15
Holy
bits.
shit! I just put it up for 100. Oh my god! I was not expecting this. Thank you guys so much. I mean, this will still be up for a week, so yeah. Thank you everybody who's bid.
Yeah, link is pinned. Check it out if you want to kick
Yes.
whoever's ass is winning this and show them who's boss. You can bid on it right now. And then it'll
Yeah, I was
close.
not expecting this to go very high at all because it's my first eBay. I literally just made my account today, guys.
Oh yeah, that's
And-
awesome.
Yeah, because I mean, I think I have another one, but it's like I don't even know what it was. It was forever ago. So I wasn't expecting hardly any bids, but thank you guys so much for bidding. This is great. I need to do more eBay auctions. Thanks, Bancroft and Jake. This is awesome.
But yeah, Comics
Fuck stream
Legend
auctions.
says Comics Legend says money for the Japan trip. Yes, you could use this to go to
Aw.
Japan with.
It actually is. You guys don't even understand how much money I'm spending right now because I'm paying for flights halfway across the world. I'm printing comics, and I'm like, you know what? I really need some money now. So keep an
Okay.
eye out for more auctions after this because I
I'm not-
really will need it.
This week I had to pay half in advance for the Kickstarter cover for chapter 1, which is going to look amazing, and
Oh,
the
nice.
side story, the pages, and
Yeah.
so I'm in a very similar boat where I just spent a lot of money on.
Get used
Oh
to it.
God.
That's my life. Paying for art.
I
Yep.
just paid. You just reminded me of more pain. I mean, it'll be worth it, but I just paid my colorist half for Fiendish 3 because he's starting on coloring pages. So I'm like, I know the money will come back, but like this is a lot.
Yeah. Hey, Dango Solo asks Yomi for next week. I assume he's meaning the cover.
Hopefully. Actually, yeah. So I'm doing my process. Apparently, I'm saying process Britishy now, and I don't know why.
God knows why.
But yeah, don't know. But I'm trying to sound sophisticated. I should be inking that Yomi cover traditionally. So yes, maybe next week I'll have that up as well. Fingers crossed that I can
But
get
for
it
now,
done, but
you
I should be
obviously
able
want
to.
this Down Goes Solo. This
Yes, right now you want this piece, and I don't draw mainstream characters a lot, hardly ever. I did this for New York Comic Con, hoping it would sell at New York, but like people apparently don't buy original art in New York, at least not mine. I'm not famous enough, so it's been sitting around, and I almost forgot about it. That's why it's still here. But yeah, so nab it because I never do fan art. Bam, go.
Tokame says, let's not talk about expenses for product development. Tokame is working on their own magazine, which is like, I think it's a cyberpunky thing. He messaged me about it. I really meant to get back in touch. But yeah, I think Tokame, keep an eye out for their project. I don't know if a link can be posted or if he even has a link to it. But he's doing a cool magazine, which I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I love that. And I think Tokame, did you send me a digital version of your magazine or something? I think I got that, so thank you very much for that. Much appreciated. Or maybe it was, oh yeah, I think that was that. Either it was yours or somebody else's, but I love seeing these comics magazines in the indie space. It's lovely. It's lovely, and I appreciate the support.
It's called Edge Punk Magazine. So
yeah, cool. There you go. So everyone keep an eye out for that. Oh my gosh. It is so true that you have to spend money to make money. And right now I'm in the spending money part and it's very painful. But it'll all be worth it. Running a business, guys. Ugh. Pain. Everything is pain. There you go. Thank you for the link. All right. I think were you gonna say something?
I was gonna say, so that's closing next week with Phill hosting.
Yeah, whoever's hosting next week, my punchline will be closing there. So it'll be up for a week exactly, and we'll be closing on a creative walk.
Play the halftime video.
Yeah, let's do that, and definitely not get into the presentation. So I think we have a guest today. We are planning on bringing in Mr. Jose Garcia, Red Tactical Corps, which you guys hopefully all know and love. And I was going to bring him on for the second half, but I figured we might as well bring him on now so he can join in on the topic of discussion. Yeah. And we don't have to keep him waiting forever. So I'm going to just send him the link and we'll start our presentation.
Come on, check this out.
Or let me see. Or someone else can send him the link so I can be lazy while I'm pulling up this PowerPoint.
Wolf on his nipple. Is that a Japanese manga wolf?
I think so. I don't know. My girlfriend got it for me from Goodwill. I
Is
guess whatever manga it's from sucks because no one wanted this shirt.
It looks like it's reminding me of the wolf thing from Chainsaw Man, but it's obviously not. But it reminds me of it.
I don't know. It's got this thing on the back.
That's cool.
It's not Berserk. I thought it was Berserk.
What?
Is there show your front nipple again? Is that a Berserk?
What the fuck? I don't want to see Phil's fucking front nipple. What are you talking about?
It's just like every other nipple.
You're frozen on my end. Oh, that does look like that is Berserk. Oh, nice. Oh,
I thought so. Right?
That's a cool shirt.
It's like shit on the back.
Very nice, very nice.
Cool enough.
All right. Let me presenter view. Oh my. Present full screen. No, I don't want to go full screen. All right, shut up, stupid thingamajig.
Why does everybody hate my nipples?
I'm a fan.
Hey, this is Jake's fault. Jake's the one who had to make this about nipples. Oh, there we go. Finally. Okay. Technology is hard.
Have you sent the link to our wonderful, amazing guest?
I don't think she sent the link. I'll
I did.
Oh, okay.
He has the link, so Jose is welcome to hop in anytime. Hopefully, I don't miss him in the back, but he is not here yet. We'll go
Yes,
ahead and
sir.
get started, and if he'll join us in due time. Here we go. Conceptual Shorthands. That is my very unnecessarily long title for today's subject. Now, what does this term mean? Definitely not something that I just made up, but so what got me thinking of this was this idea that I've seen a lot of discussions going around about, if you guys follow anime or D&D, this idea that demons in, say, Frieren, or orcs in Tolkien and D&D, that's somehow bad writing, or it's racist or something, and that's oversimplifying. It's an oversimplified representation of or it's like lazy writing or something. I don't know how to explain it. This is very badly explained, but the idea is it's bad to have an element like that, and I disagree, because I realized that having a entire people or an irredeemable evil like Melkor or an evil god, that's a shorthand for evil, for objective evil, and that's necessary in fantasy storytelling, because once you have established that shorthand, you can it allows the writer to move on to the actual meat of the story, which is how do you face that evil and how do you deal with it. So I want to talk about that. And hello, Jose. Welcome to the
Hey,
show.
Yay!
Your mic's off, Jose. What's going on?
It's probably got to connect it.
Frieren's demons are
Yeah, what up?
actually unique. It is very
Hey.
interesting. Yeah.
What's up, man?
Hello.
Everybody, welcome, Jose Garcia. What's up, brother?
Yo. Welcome. It's been a while. Thanks for
Yeah,
joining.
it's been a couple of years.
Yeah.
How are you guys?
I know.
Oh, really? That's funny.
It's been
Time
forever
flies.
since I've actually.
That actually,
well,
now I'm
I mean, I
depressed.
see you on Twitter all the
man.
time, but yeah, we haven't talked on stream in forever.
Yeah, it's pretty weird, but getting
We're gonna
back to
blink and we'll all
StreamYard.
be 50, 60, and then we die.
Oh my god! Don't even mention it. Like the past 3 years, not even 4 years since COVID started, and it's partially COVID, but it's also just I'm getting old. It's just gone by in a blink, and I fucking hate it.
It has, yeah.
Who I got?
Ridiculous. Hey,
Shouts to Jose. Co-creator of Tiger Blue.
Tiger
Let
Blue.
me
Which
pull
is
that
awesome.
up. Look at
Comic,
that.
brother.
That's awesome. Thank you for the link. Some person, Club Van Fleur by Jose Garcia. There is the link. Everyone go check out that campaign. It's on Kickstarter. So go back
Wait, is the
that right
campaign
now.
live? Is the campaign live then?
It's gonna be launching in a couple of hours, I think.
Oh, really?
Oh, sweet.
You guys
Cool.
okay.
Oh, I didn't
this
know
is great.
that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, perfect.
launch
Glad you're
stream.
here then. I guess this is now a launch stream. Cool.
Yes,
Yeah.
so
We're going all night, everybody.
Jose's doing his own book. That's why he's here. You should go sign up beforehand. Is there a sign up bonus if people sign up beforehand, Jose?
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna have like some goodies. Maybe I'll throw up a free print for the backers on the first that backed on the first 48 hours. So yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. Is this your first like solo like campaign doing it all yourself and not drawing
Well,
someone else's story, or
this is the second one. I did that Lumina box a while
Yeah.
ago. So I tried. I promised to deliver a 60-page book, and I ended up delivering 296 pages book.
oh,
Yeah, that was insane. I have those.
Yep, that
so
happened.
do you plan on also massively over delivering this time?
No,
Okay.
no, not really. But I'll be doing some floppies for Tiger Blue. I want to expand the story. It's been a blast working with Matty Fowler. So I really want to keep that going. I love that IP. So
I know
yeah,
that guy.
he's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Look at
looks
that.
cool. You seem to be
adorable.
heavily exploring like Art Deco-y stuff in this and mixing it with other things? Like, what are you going for here?
Yeah, it's kind of like that engraving, like Victorian style, but in comic format. So
Yeah.
since I
Mm.
can do like a lot of pages and stuff, like I'm handicapping myself by doing all the rendering and stuff. So yeah.
Okay. Thanks for reminding us that you draw like 5 pages a day at this level of detail.
Oh
It's
my
actually
God.
infuriating.
Yeah.
It's nuts. It's,
I was
it's
just- I'm gonna-
fucking insane.
I'm in a text group with a bunch of artists, and last week one of them was like, "Guys, Jose Garcia says he does like 5 pages a week."
25. Yeah.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ! Insane.
Insane.
Well, it
Are
has
you-
gone
Completely
down
insane.
25.
since my daughter was born. I have to slow the rhythm a little bit.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, congratulations on that. That's a good reason to
Thanks.
not get as many pages done.
Yep.
But yeah, fucking
Are you-
amazing, guys.
Are you doing a different stream tonight to launch it on, or is it just Oz and?
Pretty much just here, man. Like,
Well,
see-
glad that
let-
someone told me this was a launch stream. I'm happy to do it. I guess we'll be
Let-
launching this in a couple hours.
Yeah,
We'll be
let's see if
circling
we go-
back.
Let's try our best to go long enough, and then we can launch this properly. That'd be great.
for
Yeah,
sure,
sure.
that'd be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
go. Like, we'll probably hit the second half right as you launch, so that'll be perfect.
Cool.
In the meantime, everyone bookmark this, go sign up. Yeah, Club One Van Fleur.
Oh, look
All
at
you
Sign
want.
up while
Yep.
you can.
people are already signed up. Cool. Already 101 signups.
Oh,
which is-
cool. Nice. Yeah, I
That's
was
Yeah.
struggling for getting 100.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yes. Awesome. So many launches today, all out of the blue. Amazing. Amazing.
Wait,
Look at us being
yeah.
productive.
Wait, Bancroft says, why not just launch it now? Like, are
You
you waiting
can.
for anything? Could you just launch it?
Can I? I don't
Or-
know, man. It's
Can
my first
you?
Kickstarter.
You
Kickstarter.
might as well. I mean, you're welcome to.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Is there like a set time that you punch in? Because you could probably just. Move
I
that.
put it at the 21.
Oh, midnight. Yeah,
Yeah, midnight. So let me check that out.
probably
Yeah,
specific
sure.
time. Specific
Comics
time
Legend
frame.
asks if you still teach how to create comics.
Yeah,
We have
yeah.
an online course.
That's actually kind of like my day job.
Cool.
Yeah, I have like a lot of classes, storyboarding, perspective, everything from from basic drawing up until animation and all that stuff. So yeah, but I haven't done any kind of group in English. I have a lot of public in Mexico, so I have like groups of like 50, 60, 100 people. So that's pretty cool.
So cool.
But I haven't even I tried to get some people here in the US, but the competition is so great that I just I barely make like an impression here in the US market.
Yeah, it's definitely a big market. But hey, you're branching out to Kickstarter, so that's good. And I mean, it's a great idea for you to do those courses and stuff.
Yeah,
I
it
think
keeps everything
honestly,
floating.
yeah, the artists I see there's like I was talking about a couple weeks ago. There's a whole section of YouTube that's like ArtTube, and a lot of artists who make a good living, just online and freelancing. They offer art courses. I guess that's the way to go. I'm far too lazy to ever do that. Like I do shorts talking about drawing, and that's about it. I'm a terrible teacher, but yeah, it's a great idea for you to be doing that.
I think it's live.
Branching out.
Oh,
It's
live!
live! Yay!
Wait,
Wonderful.
I guess like cat video or something, and then pretend that's the countdown. No,
It's
there you go,
live.
it's live. Never mind.
It's live! Hush! It's live! I mean, oh, wait. Am I supposed to... Okay, we're supposed to do a special video. Listen, nobody told me this was happening, so I'm
It's
doing my
okay.
best. And we're just
You're
going to
gonna
roll
nail it.
with it.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Woo!
Let's go!
Did it.
Yay! We launched! Amazing! We, as in you. Club Van Fleur Volume 1 on Kickstarter is live now.
Awesome. Okay, there you go. You got
Hold
it
on,
back
let
to
me
rolling.
check some
We'll-
things. Dropped the 23 already. Why is
Nice.
this in pounds? Change the fucking currency.
Gay
It's being
British pound.
stupid.
That's weird.
Amazing. Yeah, gay British pounds, guys.
Alex, backer number 1, of course. Already.
Yes,
thanks a lot,
of
man.
course.
Yeah, what's the
How long is the
story?
campaign going for?
40 days, I think. I'm gonna keep the. I don't know if Kickstarter has an in demand.
Yes, it
but-
does now.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool. Yeah.
it-
So I'll keep that going until.
I think there's a
second
box
week of
you have to
May.
check. I think it's like a thing you just have to
Yeah.
like toggle
Yeah,
on.
I
And
kind of did. Yeah.
yeah,
Cool.
there you go.
Thanks.
Sweet. I have a couple super chats, so let me get through those. Hold on. I'm sorry I missed your chat, Rushbrook. I apologize. Michael Rushbrook for $4.99. Thank you so much. Can I send you guys some pages to look like when you can? Of course you can. I think you sent me something and I have to look at it. So I do also apologize for that. But I mean, you're welcome to send comics anytime. I'm always happy to see your work. Lance Danger for $4.99. Thank you. Thank you for making my train ride home funner. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your support. I'm glad to make your train ride home funner. Funner. That's a good word. I enjoyed that word. Darkside is here. Hello. Good morning.
What's up, Meredith?
I think Darkside has a campaign up as well. If you want to post a link or if someone can post a link to that, that would be great.
Yeah, you
That's
just
Gemini
launched-
Crusaders. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Awesome. I love it. I love seeing it. It's campaign launch in time. Now that everyone's gone through the post-Christmas dip of having no fucking money.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
are backing and launching campaigns, so that's great. All right, we'll circle back to Jose's Kickstarter after the presentation / discussion about story and conceptual shorthands. Dun dun dun.
Nice.
Where was I? I rambled on giving a terrible definition of
Well,
what this means.
You're talking about conceptual
continue.
shorthands, and then I think you might have brought up the demons in Frieren and how they're a shorthand for the concept of like absolute evil. And it's the same as kind of like orcs in Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I think that's what you're getting at.
Yeah, so that's where that's how I got the idea started. But I wanted to branch out from that and not just talk about the whole demons and orcs debate, because I feel like that's just one element of a larger discussion. I want to branch out a bit or kind of view this concept from a bird's eye view of why these shorthands are necessary in stories, and I want to give some other examples. So moving on to the next slide. So the definition of what I mean by conceptual shorthands, which I totally just made up, is conceptual shorthands are story elements that are designed to be concentrated representations of an idea, of a concept, like demons and orcs representing objective evil. They can be characters or settings or monsters or enemies or weapons, items, powers, and more. It can basically any story element, but it means it's a shorthand for a like how it's a shorthand for power, like how the ring from Lord of the Rings is ultimate power. It's not just, well, it's a ring. What does it actually mean conceptually? What idea does it represent? That's the definition.
Yeah. You know what this reminds me of is Godzilla. Like this, I just kind of heard this and it kind of rings true. But what I heard is they say in America, we like Godzilla to be a good guy. And in Japan, they like him to be a mindless bad guy that you like blow up or whatever.
Right.
And in Japan, I think it might fit with what you're saying because he He just represents like nuclear war
Right.
in Japan. Whereas in America,
Yeah.
we're
Gives
like,
you like
And
metaphor.
to
but
us,
he's
it
but he's
represents
like a
cute
dragon
puppy.
kind of. I like dragons. I want to.
Yeah,
be
it's
friends with-"
everything is a puppy. Like,
Dude, okay, it is a very uniquely, I don't know if it's this cultural trend that is very uniquely Western of, well, nothing is pure evil. It's almost like this denial that pure evil exists. And having that, not everything has to be more complex or more villains can't just be villains in the story, which I don't mind on the base on like the basis of it. I like villains that have good reasoning. For example, Miyazaki's work tends to not really have pure evil villains. I really like characters like Lady Eboshi, even really evil characters like Griffith. Well, he has a reason for why he did what he did, and I really enjoy that. But sometimes in the stories, it's just more straightforward and you can get to the point to have irredeemable, nasty, evil villains, and that's okay. But I think people are kind of averse to that in the West right now. But yeah, it's not a bad thing, not at all.
Dio Brandon, he's just a dick.
From what?
Dio Brandon from JoJo Bizarre Adventure.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Oh.
he's just a dick, and that's it, man.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, there's so different. It's kind of like different categories of villains, and we went over a few probably like last month sometime. You know, the kind of sympathetic villain or the pure evil, like just to be a dick villain, and having your characters and specifically villains tie into your theme is really important, and using a shorthand like this is really effective because it's basically like a underlined thematic metaphor as an item or a character or a setting, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those really connect to your audience.
In JoJo's, doesn't the bad guy he kicks a dog? Like he literally kicks
Yeah.
a puppy in like the first 10 pages or something.
Yep.
Did you know he's evil? He kicks a
Yeah.
puppy just so you can be sure.
Yeah. That's
Under-
like shorthand though, yeah.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. No more sympathetic villains. It's getting old. So I think there's a difference between sympathetic villains and understandable. I kind of agree. Sympathetic villains are kind of old, and it's not. I mean, if it's done well, that is great. But a lot of people want to do it without being able to do it well, and I'm a strong believer in creators knowing their what they can do, kind of their
well,
their strengths.
A trend of sympathetic villains, in a way, it forgets the point of the true evil shorthand. Like, it's to propose the hypothetical of like, okay, what would you do? You're against absolute evil. There's no sympathy. Like, it's actually evil. Are you going to actually have the balls to kill it? Like, how are you going to manage to maneuver around this? Instead of like, oh, they're actually okay, really, they have a reason. It's like, no, this is absolute evil. De facto. What do you do? Hypothetical. And that plays out throughout a bunch of different characters across the story, encountering that shorthand over and over again.
I think a reason that the mass public is tired of sympathetic villains has a lot to do with the corporate side of media and comics, where they're like, oh, we have this great villain. Well, we're Marvel and this villain's been around for 40 years already. Why don't we make him a good guy and give him a sympathetic backstory? And then in 4 months, he'll become a bad guy again. And so it's this back and forth thing. And I think if you look at a lot of Robert Kirkman's work, he doesn't care about killing characters. And I think that is a big, plus to his attitude. It's a big positive, and it's alluring to the audience where it's like, oh, this guy is going to have an end to his story. We're not going to come back in 15 years and one of these characters is back to life and he's a good guy. And I think as a indie creator and storyteller, you kind of have to let go of those characters to make an impact on your story, because it's hard, because these characters are our creations, and we don't want to, we put them through hell, but ultimately sometimes you don't want to see them gone forever. But that makes impact on your audience, having these big drastic changes and not retconning it.
For sure.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of it's like how Disney's been on this whole trajectory of, well, we're gonna do a Cruella movie. Oh, we're gonna do the
Right.
Snow White from the evil queen's perspective. It's like, that's cool, but also completely unnecessary. And it's kind of like how making a shit ton of sequels waters down the original story. I think people should be aware of when a story is done. What is the point? I think stories should serve a purpose. And what is the original purpose? Once it's exhausted, you need to move on, because then you'll water it down. It's sure we're creating works that are also commercial, it's a franchise, but it's not just that. And I really don't like it when, well, you originally presented a villain as they're just there to be evil, because the story is about the protagonist facing evil, and it's a blueprint to teach people through entertainment, this is what you do when you're faced with evil, right? I think that's what a lot of villainous characters are meant to be, especially for kids stories. And then you water that down. So why are you doing that? Why are you watering down this very simple and helpful original concept?
Well, yeah, I mean, taking a cat like a having to continue stories past the point of their usefulness, it will just always be watered down. Like, the point of a story is to explore a grand question from all sides. Like Lord of the Rings, the absolute power is at play, and it'll always corrupt, and all these different all the different characters who can vibe for the ring, like they're all the different viewpoints on that question of what would you do with ultimate power, how would you become corrupted, would you take the ring, or would you like turn away from it, would you not accept it? And it, a proper story is supposed to explore that from all sides. So once that's done, like, you do a sequel, like, you have to propose another grand question and then see if all the characters still fit that question. That works great in episodic things, obviously. Like, every episode of the show is a new grand question.
Yeah.
Yeah, the grand question. I like that term. That's a good way to put it. Pop XP is in the chat. Hello, thanks for joining. Pop XP asked, just popped in. What are you all talking about? We are talking about conceptual shorthands in stories. For example, the One Ring in Lord of the Rings being a shorthand for ultimate power, and you see the list of examples I came up with here. And if you guys have any other things you can think of, then I'd love to hear it, because I reference like the same 4 books over and over again. It's a problem, but I watched The Mask, and I watched Mob Psycho a while ago, and it occurred to me that the Mask itself and Mob psychic powers, or most of the psychic powers in Mob Psycho, those are shorthands for the Jungian shadow. Both of those stories touch on the shadow and what happens when you have this repressed personality inside you, right?
Yeah, definitely.
When you say shorthand, do you kind of mean like it's quicker and easier for the audience to pick up?
Yes, because it's a way of simplifying but also strengthening an idea, because
right, like a metaphor stand-in.
Yeah, like a metaphor stand-in. That's a good way to put it. Like, I couldn't think of a more concise way to frame it, but as in, it's something that is strengthened through simplification, so the audience can understand what you're trying to communicate. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah, it's like a metaphor, but it's sometimes metaphors are like hidden or whatever, and shorthand would be like not hidden. deliberately to be a little more. You want the audience to get it right away.
And usually tangible,
Uh-huh.
right? Like these items are tangible, like the mask, the a character, or the ring. They could be items. Yeah, and
Yeah,
tied to basically a theme.
the more easily understandable, the shorter the better. The shorter the hand, the better.
Yeah,
Quicker you
in
can get
animation
it.
we call that symbols. So
Sure.
that's pretty much like you grab all these ideas and put them all into one. You commit to it. You don't let it wither or something like that. And it starts by asking what's the functionality in the story. So you try to you try to make it as obvious as possible, like in the character designs, like in the mannerisms of the
Yep.
characters, and about the themes. Like it has to be like it can be like a a very subtle in the story, but you can make it like with the context, you can make it like incredibly obvious, and it helps you commit to the bit, and just there's a saying like if you don't care about your idea, the thing you're representing, why should anyone else care, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. Or if you don't know what idea you're trying to represent, why would the reader care? Why would the reader know? Why would they be engaged?
Yep.
If like you create a character, but what is the character about? Like I understand that in real life people are complex, and this might tie into the reason why doing these what was it called? My brain is not working very well today. Sympathetic villains or whatever is not really as appealing in storytelling, because sure, individual humans are complex in real life, but when you're writing a story, you can't frame the entire life of every single character. It's not reality. You're trying to provide a snippet of a world that's easily understandable, and you have to frame everything in a way that the reader can get and be engaged with right away. So that's why making it overly kind of watering down the simple idea of this is the evil person, or this thing means power, this thing means cowardice. And once you muddy that, it becomes hard to understand what your story is trying to say, and it's not as engaging.
Yep. It's always clarity over being like trying to be clever. I think that's the best way to go.
Man, yeah, like if I look back at some of the stories I've enjoyed on like episodic shows and I rewatch it, every beat to the story is done so obviously, and story elements are portrayed
Yeah.
so obviously. So when
Yes.
you go back and look, it's like, man, they're really just spelling it out. Like okay, I'll make a Futurama reference. Futurama, Leela, doesn't know her parents. She like looks up at the fucking sky at the beginning of an episode and says, "I hope one day I get to meet my parents." The camera just goes up as if it's going to go into the sky, then very quickly just goes down, and there's two people looking up at her from like under the sewers looking up. And that's
Spoilers.
No, but that's the beginning of the episode. It is so obvious that that's her parents down there.
I saw that and I realized that this is I don't know if it's a difference between Eastern and Western storytelling or whatever, but it's kind of like reading a lot of manga. You don't have those things just spelled out right at the beginning, and it's not just. It's more acceptable, definitely in manga and in Western novels as well. But in I've noticed in American comics and animation, it's everything is spelled out right away. You don't do a lot of long, dragged out mysteries that take episodes and episodes of intrigue to get to reveal itself. And I think that's why the first time I showed my animation friends Fiendish, they're like, "We don't get it. you're not explaining everything. And I'm like, the point is that I'm not explaining everything. But yeah, I saw the episode of Futurama. I'm like, you just answered it at the beginning. But the intrigue or the entertainment for the rest of that episode was Leela finding out who her parents were, even though the audience knows. So there's a little bit of like audience interaction there.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And I mean, it makes sense because episodic TV, you only have 25 minutes for that entertainment, and it's an episodic show, so every episode has an ending that does not lead into the next one. Another big example would be Columbo, right? Where it's it's an hour-long detective show, but the audience knows the crime and criminals right at the beginning, and the whole episode is Columbo figuring it out. And he probably already knows who did it in the first 5 minutes, but it's him messing with them and then trying to mess with their head and then catch them in the act, right, Per?
Yeah, the show is just waiting to see how he reveals that he knew the whole
Yeah,
time.
exactly. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I love that show, and it doesn't get old. And that's what's funny, because every episode is identical. But
It's the same. Every
you keep
episode is
coming
the same.
back.
And then if you look at American comics, the reason American comics are like could be very heavy-handed, especially to outsiders looking in that aren't used to it, is because the notion of every comic book is someone's first comic book. So that was like Stan Lee's motto from the old days. And so if you look at any comic that was under his supervision, or a guy like Jim Shooter, they were making sure that if you picked this up at your 7-Eleven and it's X-Men 157, you're going to understand who every character is in there before you get to the end of the issue. And there's also going to be a plot and action. So it's kind of the old way of doing monthly comics to retain readers and keep new readers coming back. And it's not really a decompressed long form storytelling. That's more of, in my opinion, like a mature form of comics, because you're telling a very long, stretched out story, you know?
Mature form of comics. Yeah, I think it just depends. That's very interesting that the episodicness of entertainment has kind of dictated how these things are presented, because that you're absolutely right. In both American animation is very episodic, and American comics, at least superhero comics, have been, well, more or less episodic as well. And manga is not. Manga almost always tells long form stories, but I think it works for them because you don't have these stories that drag on for well, except for Berserk, for like 30-40 years, or it's one series with one writer that has beginning, middle, and end, so you know where to start. But maybe with American comics, you need that every book could be a self-contained story because you have just so much of it.
Well, each chapter of a manga still has structure as if it's its own self-contained.
Oh, of course,
story.
yeah.
Yep.
So like you still do get a proper, well-rounded single serving of like storytelling within 14 pages plus. The funny thing about the way they do storytelling over there, and how you don't have to have a beginning, middle, and a self-contained episodic story per chapter, is over there they're totally okay with jumping in like mid-run on a Western comic and not needing to know the 50 million years of backstory canon. Because they will buy just a Jump magazine, and it has like chapters from a bunch of different series that are all over the place. It almost makes it more exciting to not actually know what's going on, but you know you're reliably gonna get a serving of a structural bundle within that one chapter that you will read.
Yeah. You know, this doesn't happen anymore because of streaming, but back in the days with broadcast television, you'd come into a movie halfway all the time.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking like it's never bad. Like, why does it always work? It's usually, you know, the movie has to be pretty good, but if it has good dramatic structure, you can kind of come in at any point. And you won't understand everything, but you'll there's enough in any scene even to get into it. You could kind of think about it like even Jurassic Park or something like.
I would
You
almost
don't
say
if you come in
sometimes
midway,
it
you don't
makes
know
it-
how the dinosaurs got free, but you're like, well, this is fucking awesome, so I'm gonna see how they survive. Apparently,
So
the
the
dinosaurs
thing-
got loose.
The thing with manga as well, and I've done this in Fiendish, is you still, Jake is correct, you want every chapter should still have beginning, middle, and end. It's not just that, well, you just like take a chunk of the story,
Right,
but and this goes for both Western and Eastern comics, it's just good storytelling. It applies to novels as well. You have the overarching story, right? If your story is more than just one book or one chapter, there's the overall beginning, middle, and end, 3 acts or 4 acts or whatever. But within each chapter is like a mini story. It's a mini act, and you answer some questions, and then you ask more that'll lead into the next chapter. And that's how every chapter should be structured. And then all of these mini stories add up to an overall 3 act or 4 act structure. And that's kind of how you can structurally think of designing a story underneath the surface. And also in manga, they have a little catch-up thing at the beginning of the book, like last time on this or this series. And I know American comics do that as well, but what I really like about manga is they base it on character. So at the beginning of every tankobon, you have just like little profile pictures of all the characters, and then it's like this is who this person is. This is their name. This is what's happened to them so far in the story, and I really like that. So I've done the same for Fiendish, and I feel like that's like you can jump in at any point, and stories are sold based on the characters, right? You can have a cool plot, but you're more engaged if it's like, oh, this is the main character. What have they been through up until this point? And you right away.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, I read the first chapter of Beastars last night before bed, and it kind of blew my mind. And I think they do like a pretty simple trick. I was trying to reverse engineer, but they just have the wolf character is like so intriguing because he's like a badass who everyone hates him because he's the ultimate carnivore. But he's actually a nice guy, kind of. But you don't really find out until the very end of the chapter.
Yeah, they did that. I just recently read the first issue. Shoutouts to Mike Barron and Kelsey Shannon. Their Nexus Scourge, which I picked up at my LCS. I've never read any Nexus stuff in my life, but they did a little blurb at the front to tell you all about Nexus and his secret identity and his powers and stuff. So if you've never read the character, now you know about him, and then you can go into the issue. That's great. And the only kind of like Western comic series that does something similar to like catching you up, but also at the same time, the volumes have mini arcs in them, I would think would be Hellboy. Hellboy is an awesome series that you could jump in anywhere. It tells you Hellboy's origin at the front of almost all of his comics, and then each of those, short stories are an arc within itself, and they matter in the totality of the series as well.
There used to be editor notes too. Sorry. There used to be editor notes in the Marvel comics and DC comics, like saying like I remember as a kid, like going into the LCS and grabbing some comics, and they talk about like the Infinity War or something, and there was always an editor note like you can see that in the Infinity Gauntlet saga, or this character died in this saga. And I think that was really cool because it has the mystery, and you already know what happened, right? You're seeing the aftermath, but it doesn't take away your curiosity. You're trying to figure out what happened. And I think that that happened a lot with manga, with Hunter x Hunter. I refuse to read it because Togashi's artwork is not really good. But I saw, I saw the scene in the Chimera Ant arc where one of the royal guards called Neferpitou kind of jumps from like a hill, like I don't know hundreds of I don't know, like a very long distance, and just jumps and rips off a main character's arm. And I thought that was cool, and I wanted to know what happened. And just because of that panel, just because of that scene, I just went straight to first chapter and started reading it, like religiously.
Cool. So he wins you over with some badass shit kind of in the middle.
Yeah. Like,
Well-
how many of you started reading Berserk just because you saw like something that happened like later on the story, like a double page spread or something like that?
Yeah,
Or like
You know
the
what's
giant
funny?
Yeah.
Because it was
Uh,
pre FF7. Go ahead, Irene. Though that's all I want to say.
Yeah, no, it's well, once you read Berserk, you realize how many things have an influence by Berserk, and then
Yep.
it kind of is one of those watershed, like, oh, I've been seeing the effects of this great work all my life. I read Berserk kind of late actually, but what's funny is I've seen all those epic spreads from Berserk, like the eclipse and all the cool shots of Guts in the Berserker armor, but I didn't actually know it was from that series. I was just like, oh, it's some cool manga. And then someone kept recommending me read it, and the art is so fucking different in the first few chapters.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was the same series. I was just like, oh, some medieval shit. Oh my god, oh, that's where those panels were from. It was kind of I've seen this before. I just didn't know this where it was from. Berserk
so-
2999, yes, everybody.
It's so cool to
being
see
the
the-
person who was suggesting
Evolution.
Berserk to Irene.
What?
Yeah.
Imagine being the person in history that was suggesting Berserk to you, not being suggested by you.
Yeah, now we all-
Yeah.
Now we all pay for it. Thanks
Yes,
for that.
exactly.
Patient zero.
Pay me. Patient zero.
Well, talking about the the way of dividing story up and following those structures, seeing as this is an impromptu launch stream, and we're nearly at $1,000
What?
on Club
Oh
Van Bleur.
my
nice.
god, look at that!
Oh yeah, awesome.
Yes!
Links
Thanks
in the
a lot,
chat,
guys.
hopefully.
Woo!
But what kind of structure are you following for this story? If you're doing a full 80 pages, is this split up into little structural chunks, or do you just culminate it at the end of the 80? Like, what is your approach with this book?
This
Finish the book. I'll be right back. My stream is in your hands. Bye.
Okay, so yeah, so I'm doing like this is kind of like manga. I'm doing arcs. So I'm pretty much just doing like the first 6 books are like every single one is 80 pages. I already have the most of the pencils done. There are like almost 500 pages all ready to ink. So this is just the first arc, like just the kids on the story. They have their first adventure together, and I have written like around I don't know, maybe like 12 arcs. Not everyone is gonna be like this big, but there's arc like they're gonna be like maybe 120 pages for the next arc, and maybe there's another that's gonna be like more epic and stuff. But this is more like manga. Like yeah, this is I consider these 80 80-page books like floppies. Like this is like an 80-page floppy, and there's gonna be 6 to tell the story. You know, like the Ransom Marvel. You know, like they have 6 issues. But I try to take my time with it. Like I love I really love manga, so I love Gantz. So you can have like 80-page action scene without a single word, and trying coming from storyboarding. Like yeah, that's my thing.
Jose,
So-
I have a question.
Yep.
How much of Trigun have you read?
Oh man, well I watched the 90s anime whenever that was on VHS.
Okay.
I was buying them from Mix Up, man. So that was cool. And I read through a really bad translation of the first Trigun, and there wasn't even a really good translation of Trigun Maximum. So I did got went like almost to the end, but it was so bad. The translation was so bad that
Yeah.
it was unreadable, man.
Well, that's
But it's pretty good. Trigun, I have the McFarlane toys. Like I have a kind of like that.
well, Dark
the
Horse has been
replic-
putting out the deluxe.
Yeah,
huge
yeah, I
version.
know, man. I'm gonna buy them, all of them.
Follow-up question, Phil, or did you just want to mention Trigun again?
I just want to make Jose's life better, you know.
I have
Okay,
all
right.
the deluxe editions from manga, from Berserk, from Blade of the Immortal, and I'm collecting Trigun, and there's Vagabond coming out, so I'm getting that one too.
It sounds
And-
like you know your stuff then.
All
Wait,
all
wait.
that stuff, yeah.
guys, it just passed over 1,000.
Yes.
14 backers.
Whoa, nice.
Was it a coincidence? I bring up Trigun and we pass 1,000.
It was all you, Phil. Thanks for getting us.
That was
that.
Phil.
Yes,
Thanks
it
a
was
lot.
because you started nerding out about your weeb book, and that's what got it over 1,000. Yes.
Well, I mean, I
Wonderful.
wanted to ask. What is the world that people are going to enter with this book, and who are the characters they're going to enter it with? That's
Cool.
what I want.
Yeah. So you can scroll down a little bit, and you will see a kind of color with all three children that are gonna be in there. So so this
Look at that. Cool.
this world, yeah. So this world is kind of like it's this story is about like humans versus the unknown. I have it like segmented in like parts. Like first is humans against technology, and then humans against nature, and then humans against the unknown. So pretty much this world is like there is only one city that we know that humanity exists, which is kind of like this Iron Kingdom, and it's always at war with nature. So in this world, like nature is kind of dark fantasy, ominous, kind of like in Berserk. So you have like trolls and all that stuff, but they don't show very often. So what happens is that humans are just trying to survive, and they're at war with the elementals, with the nature, and this is an uncharted planet. So we only know about this one city, and this is this never-ending war that it's going on. We have this kind of character. I saw Irene mention Lady Eboshi from from that's one of my favorite characters of all time. So
I love that character.
I have
you can.
I have this Valkyrie Queen, kind of like she's the leader of this Iron Kingdom. So she's just waging war against the elementals, like the fire elementals, the earth elementals, all that stuff. And this is mostly that's the Valkyrie Queen.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's kind of
Crazy.
like
Really good
Melania
designs.
plus a Lady Eboshi, and you got the Valkyrie Queen.
Yeah, Lady Eboshi is a great example of, it's, I guess, a sympathetic villain, but it takes a lot of nuance to do that right. It can be done, so that's very exciting to hear you're inspired by her.
Yeah, I love it. I always love Lady Eboshi. Like she's so badass. Like she doesn't.
It's
care.
great.
Yep.
It's such a great character. Very cool. That's an awesome page. Let me scroll down a little more. Dun dun dun. Pike Town. Look at that. Took him this took you a grueling 2 hours to draw.
That was like half a day's work. Yeah, it sucked.
I hate you.
Only half a day.
I hate you, and I
crazy.
admire you, and I hate you.
So,
my God, you guys
least
see
you
this
don't have to-
amazingness?
At least you don't have
I need
to
to back
color
this
it,
right
and you
now.
didn't have to flat all of those individual buildings.
No.
Yeah, that's why he's so fast.
Yeah.
I'm getting I like as I teach, I always keep an offer to my students. Like if you don't want to pay for the course, you can pay by flatting stuff. So
Yeah.
I teach
Yep.
them, and I always have like 10 to 20 people like helping me doing flats for free. Well, Phill,
That
you
is
know, so
awesome.
that's
Very
cool.
smart
So
on your end.
yeah, I've been doing that for years now. So
Yeah.
I have like a video like already recorded, and I some plugins, and I just have the Dropbox folder, and I told them, yeah, you can learn to flat this way. Do one, show it to me, and then I'm just gonna feed you like pages like weekly, and
That's so
then get
cool.
back to me. Yeah.
Awesome. Free labor. That's
It-
the way to go.
Here's my art course. Draw my book for me. Like, that's
Amazing.
They're good
Isn't that
slaves.
like those PhD professors who just like have their PhD students do all the experiments and then take credit for their work?
Yep.
Yeah, they're at home. They
Yeah,
don't
that's
even
that's the way to go. You figured
That's
it
one
out.
of the plots of Columbo. Is a composer.
Everybody, I need to watch Columbo apparently because everybody
Oh,
thinks it's the
Columbo's
most
so
amazing
good.
shit ever.
It's fun because you could just watch one and see if you.
The
Yeah,
you watched
composer
them
one.
all.
Yeah.
The maestro one's great.
Yeah, I think that's the one I'm
Okay.
thinking of. He has this maestro has a kid who works under him, but he's been getting old the past like 5 years, so he's losing his touch kind of, and the kid's been taking over. So the maestro's been taking credit for the kid's work, and then the maestro has to kill the kid to keep the secret up because the kid eventually
Yeah.
blackmails him. And
So
Oh,
good. But Jose,
The
you said
Christmas boy
you have a
Taro.
bunch of pencils already done for future volumes.
Yeah, like now that we're talking like kind of structure and stuff, let me show you something. Let me see. I can remember the page.
How long have you been working on this series?
Well, I have only 3 books that I really want to work with that are my own IPs.
Mm-hmm.
This was created like 15 years ago. I had like the second half of the story, but I never really knew how to start it.
Mm-hmm.
So like last year, I taught a comic class. So I gather all my students, and we have like a comic course of how to make comics, and we
Mhm.
made it kind of from scratch. And we developed like every single of my students' comics, and I did all the keyframes and all the stuff for this, and I teach them how to write, what we did on DreamWorks, and how do I usually use the DreamWorks structure in which you have like a main problem. You have a personal problem you
Mhm.
want to solve, which is your team, and every single character needs to be
Connected
kind
to
of
that
like
thing.
a part of the solution at the end. Like
Mm.
Full Metal Alchemist, like every single character has their arc and has their usefulness. You never forget anyone, so from the start you know which is what this character will do at the end, and you start to understand what's his usefulness in the stories, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't want to have like anything that it's that's non-useful, that it's just for the sake of
Right.
being there. You don't want that in a
Seems to be
story.
a loose end that never goes anywhere.
Yeah, because that sucks. But
Yeah, we-
I like that story structure you mentioned where that's a good way to simplify or think about characters and who you should put on your team, because it's sometimes hard to figure out, well, this is a cool character idea, but should they be there? Do they need to be there? Well, if they're part of the solution, then perfect. I
yeah,
like that. You are a teacher.
yep, I am.
Amazing.
And that's pretty cool.
Oh, we need to have you on more.
I'm trying to find my page because I have like a web page like that I have everything online, and you can see kind of like how we start with the keyframes and how we are segmenting everything, like how to segment chapters, because back in DreamWorks, like I used to work in the story department in which we develop IPs. So literally my work was developing an IP a week, So we present that, we pitch that
Crazy.
yeah, it was cool, but it was
that would be
also
so
very
fun.
frustrating.
Yeah, sure.
Because you have like you were talking like the American comics, they have like this real estate, like you only have so little space to tell a story, and we were always like dreaming about all these cool, really awesome worlds and stories and all that stuff. But it was always whenever we told the pitches, whenever we went to pitch, there was always like, you need to remember the very first rule of American animation. It's like after every episode, you should always go to the status quo, go back to the
Right,
status
back to
quo.
normal. Yeah.
Yeah, back to normal.
Ah.
You can never add something that will add depth to the character, because most of these shows are character driven. So
No.
yeah, if you add something, like, we're gonna take it out, right?
Mhm.
So it was
Or status
cool.
quo driven. Yeah, a
Yeah,
lot
status-
American
yeah.
animated shows are
So
episodic.
that kind of sucked, because you have like all these like stories larger than life and everything, but yeah, you always have that kind of I always think like they're like this franchise kind of McDonald's kind of American thinking. I don't know, like I have my new team of superheroes there. I can make the recipe, and I don't have to draw them. Anyone can draw them. I can sell you the franchise, and
Right.
you do whatever you like
Mhm.
with them, but you have to keep them in the status quo, right? So we did we created a lot of stuff, but at the same time, like we got it was incredibly frustrating because of the pushback, right?
Yeah, there definitely is that. And I think that's why a lot of indie creators went indie. It's because unless if you have something that's long form, and I did look to some small publishers before I crowdfunded Fiendish, and what I heard was, well, if you don't have an idea, that's this episodic idea, you need to have a mini series. They don't want anything long form. They don't want character arcs that span over like 10 books. Because first of all, it's a risk, and second of all, that's just not how entertainment is kind of made in animation and comics. And I mean, I'm not really super happy about it. I guess it works for some people, but I think a lot of people that went indie, it seems like it's true for you as well, is because you want to tell story in a different way.
Yeah, I found that my webpage, like I don't know if I can share my screen. If you guys
go
want to see.
ahead. Yes,
Okay.
definitely. I
just
love your
let me-
headers here, by the way. It's nice to see some steampunk aesthetics coming back. I miss this aesthetic. It's been a while. I disagree that this is a tired aesthetic. I love steampunk, and I can never have enough of it.
How do I share my screen even?
You should hit
click at the bottom. Share.
You should hit present.
Present,
Full
okay.
screen with the
Big
plus
X,
sign.
and then
Share
just-
screen. Okay.
Oh, you do have original art. Yeah, I saw Down Go Solo was asking if you had original art for sale on here. I guess you do.
I have. I think I have sketch cards, but that's it. I only have sketch cards.
Right, because you draw digitally. Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's good as well.
It looked like his previous
see
books were on there too. Lumina
Look at that
Box.
little logo. It's adorable. Very well designed campaign. It's absolutely beautiful, Jose.
Thanks a lot.
Oh, there we go. Let me add you. It might take a minute. Chat, let us know if Oh, hold on. What the fuck? Okay, StreamYard is being ridiculous.
Okay. So this is the way I work. In my comic classes, what we do is like you have all your stories. You should tell them in one bit, right? So this is my arc. everything is in Spanish, so you wouldn't know what happened.
Oh, I thought I was having a stroke.
But
Join
yes.
me. No.
So this stuff is like this is my first arc. Like this is the theme of the first arc, and you tell your story on 20 sentences, right? Like from beginning to end. Try to tell the whole Dragon Ball story in 20 different sentences. And once you have that, you have to draw. Like this is the first arc, and make a drawing about what the arc represents, and just try to get everything all at once in kind of like these spreads. And this shouldn't take you. I put my students through. You should do this in less than an hour, so you can have a glimpse. Yeah, and
I
they
love
do it.
doing that. That's why I do
Insane.
wraparound covers that have everything in the story.
and,
in
and
them.
it's
Like,
cool.
It's
Ah.
a fun thing to do.
Great way to approach
That's
covers.
insane.
So much fun.
These cards are like a story card for one arc of your series.
Yep, like these are gonna be like 4 to 5 books each, or maybe 2 books.
Yeah.
But it gives you the chance to have fun with the future of your story without actually getting there. You know,
Right.
like it makes you. There's one thing that I tell my students, like if you want to commit, if you want to actually know what you want in life, like why don't you have a free trial, right? Like why don't you have like 2 weeks living your dream life instead of waiting like 60 years until you can actually do that? And if you like it, like do it. But if you don't like it, change it now before you commit, before you make the mistake of
I'm doing that right now as a basketball player.
yeah,
Go for it.
Go,
Achieve
yeah.
your dreams.
we went to see Burr in the NBA.
Yeah.
He's
I'm
done
also
with
thinking about
time.
becoming a video game streamer.
That's cool.
Very
That'd be-
multimedia. You know what this reminds me of? It made me think of, you know, in like old Renaissance era churches and stuff, they would have these paintings of just it's like tell a story from the Bible in 10 paintings, and that's like a series of paintings on the walls. It's kind of like this is a snapshot of multiple things happening at one point in the story, all in one big painting, and this is what it reminds me of.
And it lets you not lose the plot, you know.
Didn't
like,
make sense to anybody, but cool.
No, I understand. I love those medieval stuff. I just saw something like that today, and it was real cool. Like you have like this kind of 3 double spreads, I should say, and they tell a story, and they're like real cool. So what I do is I have like a couple of questions, like on the ski frames, like where does it start, where does it ends, and where does it leads to. And every single you start by every single arc you should kind of like answer these questions, and you make a drawing out of them. Like in the first arc, which is kind of like the one I'm doing, is like it starts here with a siege to the Pipe Town. Where does it end? It ends with the kids getting together. And where does it lead to? It leads to the kids are going to the next step of their journey, right? Like they separate and they all that stuff. And you do all that. You do one arc in just like 4 drawings, and it shouldn't take you like more than 2 hours. Well, that's how I do it.
Sure.
And I just keep chopping at that.
So cool.
I keep asking the same questions. Yeah,
it's such a cool way to look at storytelling, and especially long form storytelling, and organizing the story before any pages are drawn.
Yep.
And I wish I could draw so I could do this now.
This
just
is
draw it anyway, Phill.
Yeah, just try it.
Even if
Yeah,
looks terrible.
Yeah, man. Like we have people like writers just giving us like little sketches, and those help a lot. Like even if there are like 10 to 20 drawings, like it helps set a mood, and it helps, like set the story like in the right direction. And then I'm just like making keyframes, like okay, so what happens between the first and the second one, and we are start adding story bits. Each one of these post-its are story bits. And yeah, so we and I have like all this story. Then you start between once you have the story in like 20 drawings, you keep chopping, you keep asking yourself, so what happens, how did we got from keyframe 1 to second keyframe? And you start adding and adding and adding, and then you have something very autistic like this. And yeah,
no, this is great. I love charts and flow charts and organization. Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
What program is this, Jose?
It's called Lucid App. So this is just a program in which you have like this infinite board, and I just use it because of the post-its. If you go to my house, like I used to have like these crazy person board with all these post-its and stuff, and I said like, yeah, well, I can't do that anymore. Like my little daughter, she keeps pulling away all my work for the last 20 years. So and she starts, with the markers, start doodling around it. So I decided to do everything digital. So you can even have like this download as a JPEG or as a PNG to your computer. So that's pretty cool, and it keeps on the cloud, and you can export it to some other places. And I have all these little notes, like these my red notes are like, this doesn't make sense, so let's try to fix that. And and that's the way I do that. Yep. And
Man,
all of these are kind of converted later on to comic book pages.
That's awesome. Yeah, I want to
amazing having such a focus on the structure of the storytelling, and not just like what you get sometimes where an artist will just start drawing pages or whatever. And then
oh my god, having a plan is fucking important though. And it just, I mean, unless you're some Milton level genius who can hold a whole story in your head, you need a plan. And maybe we should do a show on how to structure. I mean, I wish I knew you did this, and I wish we had planned to pull this up, because that would be perfect for a show subject, honestly. And I think beyond just like oh, okay. I mean, it was just a comic page, but oh no, spoilers. Beyond, I see a lot of stuff on just 3-act structures or the hero's journey, but there's so much more than that. And things like how to make mini arcs and techniques for planning ahead and all that, so on and so forth.
To be honest,
for the future.
I read like most of the writing books, and I think that they all suck. So mostly like every single one is the writer just pretty much jerking off to how they like to hear themselves talk, because
the last book I read on writing, it was fucking hard to figure out what the guy even meant. Like, what are you talking about? Like, his logic just didn't function. It just seemed really just in their own head, and I was like, man, this is confusing. But
okay, go ahead.
No, Milton. No, not Milton Caniff. What's his name? John Milton. Paradise Lost. Didn't he write that? Just from memory, like he was blind or something, and he just like had the whole thing in his head. Insane.
I've kind of found that the best approach is you just learn a bunch of tricks, and then you apply them where you feel they work, but then you also have like a skeleton of a structure that you do aim for that's a more standardized thing. But I don't know if that tracks for you guys.
I have an easier approach in which you set the story and you just put some keyframes and just ask yourself, um, what do I need to get here? And that's all.
Yeah.
And that's
Yep.
everything you need to know. You know the beginning, the end of the story, and everything in between doesn't have to have the 5-story arc, the 3-story arc. Like it will every story, if you drive it to the logical point, it will have all this stuff like naturally. Like you don't have to even think about it. Most people
That's
stress
true.
about where's the climax, where's all this stuff, where all you need to focus is pretty much like what do I want to achieve with this this scene, with this stuff. What's the main what's the meat of the story, and how do I get there? And you start asking questions, and that's about it. And yeah,
That's true. I find that I love it when stories just start kind of telling themselves, but that only happens if you put in a lot of work into planning who the characters are and what's the setup. And what I like is when you set out, okay, here's a chapter, and you establish this is where the characters start out at the beginning, the core team and the villains and the antagonists, this is where they begin, and this is where you want them to end. And if you have those established and let everything in between play out without forcing it, play out naturally, that tends to work, and you tend to have natural climaxes to the story and big face-offs, and the arcs will kind of play out on their own. At least
Yep.
that's how I find it. Someone mentioned Robert McKee's story is just whacking off. I enjoyed reading it, but then I read it and I was like, oh, that felt so grandiose, and it felt very it felt like I was being informed. And then I finished it and I was like, did I really learn anything though? And I'm not trying to talk shit about Robert McKee's story because that was required reading in school. They were like, and on top of like what was it? Sid Field, is that the writer's name? Like a bunch of screenwriting books. Because there are no books on writing comics. So maybe there are, and I don't know. So we were reading screenwriting books, and I read like a bunch of them, and after it, I'm like, so I know what camera angles are, all the names for all these elaborate camera angles, and I know like a bunch of, everybody talks about Chinatown. Why the fuck do people love Chinatown so much? It's a boring ass movie. Holy shit. And so I know a lot about I've read so many movie scripts, old-timey movie scripts, and I still don't know how to write, because they talk about the process of it, like they wax poetic about the art form more than actually breaking down how to do it. So I would agree, a lot of writing books, especially screenwriting books, are dumb. And somebody needs to do a better job of it, especially for comics.
The thing is, like in animation, it's required to like read like all that, like a story by Robert McKee, How to Save the Cat, and all this stuff. And if you read them all, they only give you formulas, and they give you like they work, and you can do something like really cool about it, but no one deviates from that. So every single story from Hollywood, you can read that in How to Save the Cat, or you can read it in a story by Robert McKee. And it kind of sucks, because once you understand how the story how those story kind of work, like you can predict everything, and it's not like in the very interactive way like in Pear's book. It's kind of like this slop. I think like it becomes like I don't know, like trivial, I think.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting. People are clowning me about Chinatown in chat. It's fine. I deserve it. Next week's subject, Chinatown. God damn it. Walk right into this.
Takume is right. He says Big Trouble in Little China is better than Chinatown.
Yes.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, it's great.
I should rewatch it. I am easily bored by a lot of old movies. No, thank you for sharing your process. That was good stuff, dude.
So cool.
Fucking awesome.
I love knowing that.
Glad you liked
Let me
it.
check my. Yeah, we'll circle back to the camera. You're at 1,200 now, by the way.
Nice.
Bear
Pull
died.
that up again. Look at that. Fucking amazing. Oh
Awesome.
my
We're back
god.
at people. And if you
Yes,
back it,
can we get
let us know you back
halfway?
it.
Let's go.
Let us know
Let's
you
get
back it in the
halfway.
chat.
Did we lose Pear? What happened to Pear?
You just jumped out.
Bye. Okay,
Probably
bye. You didn't even say anything. All right, hopefully he comes back. Yeah, back us now.
Maybe he joined the NBA.
Yeah.
Totally. He quit comics. He's joining NBA
Ball
now.
player now.
Yeah, his basketball career. We had a presentation, right? What? Who?
Yeah.
I feel like the presentation just doesn't matter at this point. Like none of this was well planned at all. Well, I tried
Find
to
a way to
plan it before.
segue
Hey,
back.
Pear, welcome
Just
back.
find a creative way to segue back to the topic.
Right, creative segue. Yeah, speaking of Club Van Fleer's steampunk aesthetics representing deep societal critiques. Ooh, yay, let's circle back to conceptual shorthands and storytelling. That was terrible, and I apologize.
It worked.
I should kick myself.
Are these?
Okay,
is
we
it
covered
kind
this
of like,
already, so let's continue.
Is it like a pass on simplifying your story? Is that part of it? If you have shorthands, you're simplifying. Like clarity, we were talking about that too.
I think it's definitely it's part of it, but it's more so, how do I put it? It's part of clarity. It's part of how to communicate your story in a legible and easily understandable way. And I find that it's helped me. I find that thinking this way has helped me. So when I'm trying to think of a character that I want, should I have a cool character idea or have a design for a character, or some reason I need to add an antagonist for this arc. Well, how do I determine out of a million antagonists that I could add to this arc which one I should go for? And what I've discovered is I need to think about what I'm trying to express. This arc, I'm trying to express this theme. So let me design the villain around that theme. That's what I mean. That's what I mean by shorthand.
Yeah.
They function similarly to tropes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tropes.
Chimera gifted 1 membership. Thank you very much. Yeah, it is similar to tropes. Yes, indeed.
And I think Jose's contribution where he was saying it's like a symbol, like that word symbol is very good because either your character or your item is a representation to a theme that you want to bring across to your audience.
You know what? I was trying to think of like examples, and it's kind of hard, or maybe you got to like get in the right frame of mind, then you think of a bunch of them. But I feel like South Park does it all the time. I'm pretty sure they have shorthand characters to kind of quickly communicate an idea of the episode or whatever.
Well, it's like why it's stereotypes as well. If you have stereotypes in the storytelling, why it's sometimes necessary, and it's not always something that's meant to be offensive, or it's not meant in a degrading way most of the time in storytelling, I find, because it's sort of like humans need categorization. We need to categorize to think, to be able to understand anything. And when you're trying to present a complex world or present an idea within like a 2-hour time frame for a movie, or within like 10 books of a comic, you need to kind of stereotype your ideas and condense them to get the story across, because otherwise it would just, nobody knows what you're talking about. What is the character about? I can't stereotype what, say, a Martian is like. There are no you can't stereotype what elves are like. It's offensive to have elves all be these wispy magical creatures that are more agile and graceful than humans, because then that's it's just by default for some reason, I don't know who defined that morality, but apparently it's bad to have a whole ethnicity defined that way or a whole race defined that way. Well, you take away people's ability to understand the story and to relate to the world. It doesn't, it takes away a huge part of why characters and story is engaging. Hey,
Yeah.
Crisco is here. What's up?
At the end of the day, I think it's a time saver. Like you respect your audience intelligence to know what they're there's this thing called human pattern recognition. So you just it's pretty much like you trust your audience. You don't treat them like children, and just put that symbol up there and trust them enough to know what they can expect, right? So I see like an anime, and I see kind of like a genre character, or I see kind of like a kawaii character, and I know that I'm gonna see some good anime trash, and I'm gonna enjoy it. But I'm not gonna expect like something like Berserk or something like that,
Yeah, imagine being like, oh, you have all these let's not even talk about elves or orcs. What about, like you mentioned, yandere, tsundere characters? Oh, it's offensive to stereotype I don't know, attachment styles like that. Well, it's a shorthand and it's entertainment, okay? And I love what you said about trusting your audience, because part of being able to use these shorthands and these tropes, and I've been on a journey of embracing tropes, because I was taught tropes are bad, but they're not. That is wrong. Tropes are not bad. Embrace the tropes, because it's part of trusting your audience. Trust that your audience is an intelligent human being who understands, yes, the real world is more complex, but right now I'm reading a piece of entertainment and I just want to understand what you're trying to say. So use all the tropes you want, because that gets the point across.
Yes.
I think I have a couple more slides. What is this? Purpose. Yes. Okay. The purpose of using these shorthands are because stories are heightened reality, and these shorthands are necessary for heightening and condensing the reality that you're trying to communicate. It can help focus your design for characters and dialogue and other aspects of presentation. So, for example, is your character a shorthand for, say, greed? Well, then make their design very excessive and it feels like greed. Oh, yeah, someone was mentioning FMA, and I'm glad to see there's another person of taste in chat who loves FMA. The homunculi are themed around the 7 deadly sins, and I think those are really well done. I wish I had some slides to pull those up. I didn't think of that. But all of those characters are designed around one central concept. For example, gluttony is this huge, like, round guy whose power is eating anything. Well, yes, he's this giant fat guy who just eats everything, and that's his power. And then lust is obviously she traps. She's a honey trap, and that's her character because she represents lust, and so on and so forth.
What if you like subverted expectations by making gluttony skinny? Like, how stupid would that be?
You really confuse people. You really
you would confuse people. Yeah, part of why FMA is so good is because of these concepts that are communicated very easily. You know exactly what you're up against, and it's not muddled. So you're respecting your audience, and you establish something and you're going with it.
Yep. Yeah. Commitment. Yep.
Fatness.
Commitment and clarity.
Yes.
Yeah. Fatness is a shorthand.
Yeah.
Strengthen and support themes. I think that's been established. Engage readers through ease of understanding. Yes, we covered all that. But yeah, this is definitely something I'm trying to work on more, because I don't know why I had this impression, or I was taught to avoid tropes, because tropes are bad, but they're not. So what I realize is, you guys will see in Phoenix chapter 3, I hate that I can't reveal this yet, but I have a villain introduction in the book that when I drew the design, I thought it was kind of stereotypical, and I felt like, well, this is villain with a cape and all kinds of sharp edges, and it's kind of it just looks cool. But what people really like, this is kind of tropey. People love that design. Everybody I've shown to loves this design. So sometimes you just have to embrace that. You don't have to subvert everything. Keeping it simple is fine. The end. That's all. And that's the end of the presentation. Thank you, and support your local demon control. Dun, dun, dun! Yes.
Nice.
I love Frieren. Frieren is fucking amazing.
Yeah. I mean, the big manga trope that sticks out to me is like the bad guy that then becomes the good guy,
Vegeta. Yep.
And I mean, you have that in Avatar, you have that in Trigun as well. If you read the manga, it's a character that's not in anime. And like just from osmosis of hearing other people talk about anime and stuff, like that is a thing that always happens, like or like even a rival that then becomes a good guy, in Naruto or My Hero. Like that's
I wonder where that comes from. Yeah, Bakugo in My Hero, or Zuko is such a good character, and he is like the classic example of that. There must be a Japanese term for it, but I love that trope. And it definitely talking about villains that it is super popular. And speaking of villains that have depth, that is one way to do it, where there's they start out it's almost, how do I put it? For example, Zuko and Bakugo, their actions are wrong, but their reasoning, there's a reason for it, and they're redeemed by changing their ways, and that's a good villain arc to have, and it's done right in anime. I wonder what the trope is. I should look that up.
Yeah, and it's you look at the most popular Japanese media, and you'll always see that in there most of the time.
Bakugo was always a friend. He's just a shitty friend. Bakugo is okay. I know he's really popular, but I know he's just a kid and he's so on and so forth. But I really didn't like him. I'm like, just because he's a middle schooler or whatever doesn't mean it's okay for him to go around being a giant dick and beating people up. It's like, it's so endearing. He just has a troubled childhood. No, bitch, he's an asshole. He could be sympathetic, but still an asshole. My God.
There's a trope I really, really like in manga. I don't know if you guys have seen this. You will identify some characters, but have you ever heard that the hero's journey that is presented in the West is not complete, and they are shown the complete hero's arc in manga? Have you ever heard something?
Oh no,
like
I haven't.
No.
Tell us more.
Okay, so this is like a very basic like Japanese manga kind of stuff. Like there's the hero's journey. Like you have like this call to action, like change the status quo, and at the end you become the good guy. You defeat evil and you change life forever, right? So the manga kind of tell us that once you achieve like that kind of like kind of knowledge, like you become a better person, like every other normal person. After you become a hero, like you become an outcast because they don't understand your virtues. Like you are too good for the world. So later on, you become the outcast, like kind of these masters that are always like secluded from the world. And like no one understands them, and sometimes they think they're evil, like they're like misunderstood, and they think like, oh yeah, that's a crazy guy, and they achieve like kind of these. They have to become like the mentor figure because the world rejects them, and you have to have this kind of like new hero like listen to the experience and kind of
Like a
complete
cycle.
the cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Interesting.
that. You know,
That
that's
is-
in
that's
that's in Lord of the Rings. Frodo, he can't go
I
back
was
to the
about to
Shire.
mention that.
Mhm.
So, it had occurred to me that Lord of the Rings it reads like an anime.
Yep.
Like, I don't know. You have a nakama, you have that's the team. You've got your adventuring team, right? And that's in every anime. And I don't know why Lord of the Rings has that. And a lot of other classical Western fantasy is usually not a team thing. It's one hero. Maybe they have a couple of companions, but it's not sort of a whole set of multiple protagonists. And that's almost what Lord of the Rings feels like. Sure, it's about Frodo, but he's not like the big hero. It's about the whole team. It's a fellowship working together. So you have your nakama, and then you have the gray character. The Bakugo of Lord of the Rings is Gollum, and then you have the what is the term? The scouring of the Shire, and then Frodo growing old and kind of him facing the fallout and the consequences of the of carrying the ring. And a lot of Western work doesn't have that, but you do see that in anime and manga. And I think that's great, having that sort of cyclical, not necessarily cyclical in the sense of Lord of the Rings, but seeing the fallout of the big adventure, right? Where you don't just, the story doesn't just end on happily ever after. Everybody has kids and then they live on, they have a family, and everything is perfectly fine. There's a sense of this isn't over. There's a sadness at the end of the Lord of the Rings, and at the end of a lot of manga, there's that sense as well, where the battle is won, but there was a high price to pay, and the hero isn't necessarily even appreciated for it.
Poignant.
They just did what had to be done. I love that.
Yep. And that's the hero's journey in the real hero's journey. It's kind of cool. If you track it back to the very beginning, that's it.
That is interesting. Yeah. I never heard that.
Yeah.
I like
Lord of
that.
the Rings is an anime. You heard it here first, everybody. Oh, I think that's about it. Shall we? You guys want to go into the second half and then check campaigns?
Go for it.
Shall we do that?
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Let me. I should.
Better.
It automatically updates. So I was gonna refresh.
Yeah, there's
the
no
campaigns, but never
refreshing
mind.
with Kickstarter. That's
Boo. Okay. Well,
Oosh.
don't go anywhere, guys. We're gonna go into the second half of the show where we just hang out and shoot the shit, and we're gonna look at some campaigns and talk more about Jose's book. So we'll be right back. Don't leave. Don't leave. We have ascended to the second half, indeed. Some person asked, did I see the anime use Tolkien's other stories? Do you mean the War of the Rohirrim anime? I haven't seen it, no.
Looks good.
I'm on the fence about seeing it because I really like the director. The director is Kenji Kamiyama, and he directed the Ghost in the Shell TV series and another anime I like, Guardian of the Sacred Spirit, really good fantasy anime. But I've heard conflicting reviews of War of the Rohirrim, so I don't know. I don't know if I want to watch it. Are you going to say something? I interrupted you.
Is
I
Frieren good?
apologize.
No, Frieren's not good.
Frieren is really... Shut up, Phill. Frieren is
How much
fucking
does
amazing.
Frieren cost on Amazon?
Yes.
only people who are Frieren like Frieren. Now Irene can't prove me wrong.
Frieren lives rent
I'm
free.
not like Frieren. What are you talking about?
Head.
I'd
Did you guys
say
get my play on words?
Frieren is the new Berserk,
Kickstarter.
everybody. Frieren,
Kickstarter.
$29.99.
Frieren
Look at
lives rent free in Rini.
I really love that Frieren
It
has
is really
become
good.
like a canon character in the 40K universe.
Look at this, Jose.
Has
Look at
she?
that.
Oh, nice.
You know
yeah.
what's
Nicholas
funny?
the Wolf. awesome.
is she actually does fit in 40K because she looks like a cute little elf, but she's actually basically a nuclear weapon, and I love it. It's great.
And
How many,
racist. Yep.
how many centuries old is she though?
At least 1,000 years.
Oh my god.
Yep. But it's really good. It's
What?
like the continuation
anime.
of the story. Yep.
Yeah. No, it's I love it when writers think of a way to I don't want to say subvert the genre, because I don't think the writers of Frieren were like, well, let's subvert fantasy, but expand on it, because there's so much fantasy out there that is just a rehash of what Tolkien has done, or what of any other classical story. A lot of Tolkien. Everything is just a copy of Tolkien, adventuring party, and sometimes it's fine if you just embrace it. Stuff like Record of Lodoss War, it's kind of basic fantasy, but it's beautiful and it has fun characters. So if you're aware that we're just having fun with basic fantasy, then that's cool. But what I love about Frieren is it takes the next step. And the story is about a very long-lived elf, because of course elves live many, many times longer than humans. The elf of an adventuring party, after the big bad evil demon king has already been defeated. So you're not even on a quest to defeat the demon king. The story starts after the big bad is defeated already. And the anime is about the elf continuing on her life as the humans in her party all die off, and she realizes she didn't appreciate her time with them on their journey, because human lives are so short, and she's basically retracing the steps of their past adventure to better understand the people that she went on this journey with. And it's very interesting, and I just don't think it's been done before.
Yeah, that kind of sounds stupid, but then I guarantee you it's awesome. You know what I mean?
Thank you, Pear.
Yep.
Oh no, we lost Pear. What
visually
happened?
boring.
Where'd he go? Oh, what are we gonna do? He's gonna crept out again. It's too bad. Go to continue without Pear. You're back.
I do wish
Welcome
Frieren looked
Hey,
more
thanks.
interesting though.
No, I mean,
You
like,
know what?
I kind of want to write
Unfortunately, I
something
do
like
agree.
that, where the idea sounds so dumb, but then you make it awesome.
It's well, if it sounds dumb, it's because I explained it in a dumb way. I'm not good at pitching things. I don't even know how I managed this far with Fiendish. I suck at this, but like legitimately. But yeah, I do wish her design, Frieren's design, was a little more interesting. I was like, well, the ponytails have become kind of iconic, but other than that, I was like, you could look a little more, special.
A lot of manga are kind of like that. I mean, the only one I think of also is One Punch Man. One Punch Man sounds so stupid, but then it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's commitment though. It's committing to a very basic concept and extrapolating as much as you can naturally from a very simple premise. And I think a lot of anime is like that, and I appreciate that. That's creative dedication.
Yeah.
It does, like, the premise doesn't have to be complicated. Elf has to live on after her party slowly dies one by one. Oh, like, I mean, if it was me, I would be like, is that really a story? But no, Frieren just fucking commits to it. And they make it really good.
Yeah,
To the bit.
Phoenix Marine subverts expectation, changes everything in the story. Yeah, let me just turn the whole world upside down. So let me plot my characters into New York. That'll be great. That'll go over well. She travels around visiting old friends before they died. Well, yeah, she did. She visited her companions, but kind of there's one character in the story who's sort of the love interest from her old adventuring party, Himmel, who is sort of hinted as, oh, he had a romantic interest in her, but she's so aloof to all emotions because she's so long-lived and everything seems meaningless to her because she's just been living for such a long time. And I also like that part because I don't see a lot of fantasy exploring what it's like to psychologically live for centuries and centuries. Like that would really fuck up any person's psychology. And sure, if it's a whole different race like elves, they would be built different. They would be built to handle it, but they just wouldn't operate like humans. So I actually think Frieren could even push that further, because you see like Frieren is the main elf, but then you see a couple of other elves, and they just don't, they could be even more inhuman, right? If you lived for 2,000 years, you're just gonna be some completely detached weird being. But yeah, they do touch on that, and I like that. That feels realistic and believable.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
But yeah, she had this love interest that she kind of missed out on from her old adventuring party, because she was just like, oh, whatever, I'll see you guys again in 50 years. And then she sees them again in 50 years and they're all about to die, kind of thing. So she has regrets about how she approached things. They should be paying me to sell the series.
Yeah, it was anime of the year last year. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of action, but when there is, it's really cool.
Man, really selling me on this, guys.
Yeah, this is getting to Trigun levels of talking about free. Hey, we got another bag.
Listen,
Except
listen,
instead of
this
all
is
of
good
the
shit.
action and gunfighting, it's little tiny girl elf saying hi to her friends.
No, it's actually it's not. The thing is there's really, really good action, because Frieren is this cute little tiny elf, but she, like I said, is a nuclear bomb, and she's also basically an eldritch wizard sorcerer with nuclear bomb level spells and stuff. So
Yep.
when the action does pick up, it's insane. It just doesn't
Phill,
happen every
I
single
fell-
episode.
I fell asleep watching it. Let's be honest.
Yes. Jake knows. Thanks,
Instead of talking
Oh no! What happened? Oh, Jake's internet crapped out. What shall we do?
Jake's gout flared up and he had to go.
I also fell asleep during Princess Mononoke.
Oh, how dare you!
Man, his internet's really terrible today. Whatever shall we do? Oh, he has some great insight on how amazing and engaging Princess Mononoke was. Isn't that right?
Yep.
You're dead to me, Jake.
It's only my favorite movie.
If you want a cool comic manga inspired by good anime, you can go back this book right now.
Nobody knows how
Yes.
to say that. Club Bam
Great
Fleur, yeah.
segue, thank you. If you
Thanks
want
a
to
lot.
not be bored and not fall asleep while reading something, back Club Van Fleur on Kickstarter right now.
It's French.
Let's see if we
Yep.
can get to 1,500. That would be great, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Go for it. How do you fall asleep to Princess Mononoke? That's my question. Well, like we established, Jake is the whatchamacallit, the ADHD audience. So
Boom, another backer. That's what the ADHD audience
Nice.
is about.
18.
Number go.
awesome, thank you. If you're backing the book right now and you're in chat, shout out. Let us know and we'll give you a shout out.
Yes.
And everyone watching should definitely go back this book. I'm gonna scroll through the campaign. It's absolutely beautiful. But yeah, Jake is the lowest common denominator of audiences. And if you can hold this, it's true though. And I'm aware I tend to like slower things. I like Mushishi. Jake would
Oh,
never
yeah,
be able
that's
to
good.
get through Mushishi. Mushishi is
Remember
so
when-
good though.
Remember when I found out that Global Comics had an app and I suddenly became very interested in Global Comics?
Yeah, I remember that.
Because I thought it was just a website. I'm like, wait a minute, they have an app? Cool.
Ooh, simplified baby version. Yay.
Jake, are you
Jake is
delirious
the
from
modern
gout
audience,
right now?
yes.
Say again.
Are you delirious from gout?
Yes.
I think he is.
It is a supremely high amount of pain. I didn't
What do they
think it
call
was
that? You're
supposed to-
lucid. You're lucid from pain right now.
Yes.
No,
Lucid.
the opposite.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
you're
other
not
one.
lucid.
Elucid.
Do you know what? Speaking
Lucid
of
is-
lucid, I tried sleeping before the stream. Sorry to sidetrack. I'll only be quick. I was trying really. I thought I would have been able to have lucid dreamed again. I only lucid dreamed once, and it was before the show long ago because Bancroft told me how to do it. This week, I was like, I'm gonna do it again, and I was lying there. I was feeling it. I was entering my body. I could feel the chemicals wriggling around the body, pushing me into a new state. Then, for some reason, some fucking idiot pressed like the buzzer to my apartment, and I'm not receiving any guests. They just mashed all of the buzzers, and it woke me up. I'm suddenly full of adrenaline, and then I realized my foot was hurting, so I couldn't go back to sleep. It was terrible.
Oh,
That sucks.
life is hard. I sympathize.
Life is unfair. But yeah,
Life is very unfair. I'm sorry to hear. So much pain.
Jose,
it just keeps getting worse. I don't understand what's happening.
That's pretty. Have you taken drugs? You should take something to make it go away.
Yeah, I took the naproxen that I managed to retrieve from the US of A.
Oh wow.
horse tranquilizers. Look what I got.
Apparently we have all the drugs
Oh, nice.
in America land. Ooh.
That's the story I did for Chimera.
That's right. I totally forgot about it. I had this right next to me. This is from this is a backup story you did for Testament.
Yeah, for Testament.
Sweet.
Look at that. The paneling on this is crazy cool.
Yeah,
Like,
that looks legit.
so much like design in his paneling. Check this out.
I've
Yeah,
done
huh.
maybe 22 or 23 comics, not counting all the short stories that I always forget in what I worked like last year.
Freaking
You know?
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is insane. You are a workhorse.
it's you and Canales.
That name changes says oh go ahead.
Are like the ones who have done so many books that I just want to get one copy
Canales,
of
yeah.
every book.
I don't even
It's
have a
just
copy
crazy.
of everything I've done.
Yeah,
So it's kind of cool.
Get
but
comp copies.
I
Yeah,
thought
um,
I honestly thought that Per here is the fastest here on the whole indie scene. Like I saw you work on with the 3D backgrounds, and I was just thinking like that's so cool. I'm so retarded to actually draw all the backgrounds, you know, and actually color them, and that's so cool. I want to do that. That'd be super fast.
yeah, you could go so fast if you did it. I think, yeah, I don't know. Maybe you could try it for a project.
great tip. I'm just gonna start 3D modeling all my backgrounds. Definitely won't have any problems with that.
That Connell's house I showed at the beginning of the stream, I actually did 3D model that, and I was like, this fucking sucks. I'm gonna draw it instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like organic stuff.
Well,
yeah, that would probably
It
be
does
difficult.
help. Yeah, it does help to have. I think I did a really basic, just SketchUp model of Frieren early on, but it's like after a certain point, you have in some shots you have to exaggerate the perspective so much. You just
Yeah.
like you have to get everything in the shot. You might as well just hand draw it. So that's what I ended up doing.
I
When
concluded,
Go
I
ahead.
concluded that house is much bigger on the inside than it actually looks on the outside.
Video game logic. That name changes says I agree. Mushishi is awesome. Apparently they're coming out with a hardcover. That is great. Oh my gosh, I'm buying that.
Are you trying to say monkey?
monkey? Monk.
Mushishi.
It's pronounced monkey.
Yeah, it's pronounced monkey.
Anyways, Comics Legend asks Jose, do you have an online shop to get your past books?
Ooh.
No, only on the here on the campaign. I have like I think Lumina Books Volume 1 and 2, and my 8-bit story. I have a couple Tiger Blue issues copies here from Volume 1 and 2, but I didn't put it in the add-ons, so and the shipping expenses was getting like out of hand if you get everything, so I decided not to add all the rest of the books because I have some hardcovers from Crimson Ren, which I did for Clownfish TV, and I have like a couple of Tiger Blues, and I don't know, I have like maybe like 5 copies each. So it was like gonna be very hard to ship, so I decided like just get those in.
Sweet.
Tiger Blue is also on Global Comics, the first book.
Oh yeah, it is. by Sate Comics.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, okay.
we have it
Well,
up on
that
our
makes
page.
sense. That makes sense.
Read it.
Oh,
You read it from
speaking
page.
of, we should shout out. I don't know if I have your Global Comics pulled up, but I will have it pulled up in a minute. But for now, oh my gosh, look at that. Dun dun dun.
19.
Behold,
Nice.
19 bids. Oh my
That's
gosh.
awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Thank you guys. Thank you. I
Now
really
you
was
need to stream, do a
this.
solo stream every day this week to promote.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm not gonna get my cover done if I do that, so I won't.
Oh, true.
But I might. I will try to do a solo stream at one point. If I can get this cover inked, then I'll do a solo stream, and then this will be closing out. I'll be closing this campaign, or not a campaign, this auction on Creative Block next week. So it'll be up for exactly 1 week.
Perfect. Awesome.
Yay! Very excited. Yeah, thank you all for supporting my first ever eBay auction. This is great. I need to do this more. I'm gonna sell original art. Yeah. And speaking of, well, not original art, but Zane Comics on Global Comics.
Yes.
Behold.
Yeah,
Look
you
at
guys
this.
can go over there and read. Almost all of our stuff, I think, is on there now. So all Magic Cop, everything but the newest Lost Pages is up there. We do have the first Tiger Blue up there as well. And all of them have at least 10 pages free if you guys don't have an account. But you could read it if you guys are a member over on Global Comics. Awesome site. Everything reads really well on your phone and tablet and the desktop as well. So check it. That's the way to do it. And a little update. If you guys were not here at the top of the show, we have our proofs for Psycho Slumber. So this is our newest book. It'll be shipping out next month, hitting that estimated fulfillment time. See that beautiful Rob Willis cover. It's already a little banged up because I've been scouring
You've
it.
been banging it.
I've been banging it all day. We got
Didn't need to know.
beautiful colors in here. I don't want to spoil too much, but you can see there's Crim and Jazz ready to kick some ass. Killer gore in here as well. Some pretty gnarly stuff. This is Simon, the psycho killer that kills you in your sleep. It's gonna be dope. So we're just doing some final edits on this, and then we'll have this to the printer next week, and maybe we'll have them in time for C2E2, but then we'll do fulfillment. But we'll definitely have copies for Heroes Con. You guys can pick them up there and get us to sign them and all that fun stuff. You can still back it. Go back it if you guys
Go
have
back.
it.
Phil, I don't know if this is the gout delirium talking, but for Jazz and Creme, are there parallel universe counterparts called Jizz and Cram?
Yes. That's their counterparts.
Oh my god.
In Victoria. Can you put them in Carnal somewhere?
The gout's driven him mad.
It's
Just
crap.
gout
gout is
delirium
entering his brain.
epiphanies.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could have pain epiphanies, but apparently so.
Pain epiphanies.
Pain epiphanies! Yay!
Cram.
Everybody pray for Jake's sanity.
Yes.
They make a great team.
My god.
He's got gout madness.
Speaking of, what am I doing? Oh my god. Trying to navigate Global Comics. Speaking of Global Comics, dun dun dun. I might as well jump to this. Behold, everyone. I also have my comic series, Fiendish. I don't have as illustrious of a catalog as everyone else because I just autistically overfocus on one single fantasy series, and that's the only thing that I do basically, other than covers for other people. But yeah, this is Fiendish, my fantasy book, and there are 3 books out now. I'm working on chapter 3. The 3rd book here is chapter 2.5, but all 3 books are available on Global Comics. The first book, I have a huge free preview I have like 20 pages, which is half of book 1 is for free. And I feel like I don't tell people enough about it because I want to make it really easy to get into Fiendish if you're interested. You can read, you don't even have to buy the physical book, even though I would appreciate that. And all 3 books are available on the shop. You can buy the physical books and order those through the shop, and RJ will send them out to you as soon as you order. But you can also read a whole half of chapter 1 for free and a small snippet of 2 and 2.5 as well for free on Global Comics. And if you join the website, if you join Global Comics, I think it's like $7 a month or something. You can read everything on the website and you'll be able to read the whole series. So very low bar for entry, and everything is on here.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Still got to get
Check it
number
out.
2. Oh, you should. Don't know what you're waiting for. I guess also this is because I know 2.5 came out a while ago, but I have been branching out, and I have told, as I told you guys, if you missed it at the beginning of the show, I'm going to Osaka ComicCon in a couple of months, and that means I have a Japanese edition of Fiendish. So chapter 1 in Japanese is also on Global Comics. I just have the whole thing for free to read right now because I want people to be able to find it and read it. And it took a lot of work. I paid for the translation and I lettered it myself. I hope I did it right. I know some Japanese, but I'm by no means conversational. But I think I know enough to letter from a file that my translator gave me. So I hope I didn't make any mistakes. Anyways, if you read Japanese, go on here. You can just read the whole first book and let me know what you think. I want this book to be international. I want to branch out. I think that's the way to go for indie books. So I'm going to do my best. I'm going to be bringing this to Japan in just a little over a month.
Do it.
Yes.
It's gonna be
Crisis
dope.
says you cannot read it in Japanese. Oh well. Well, you should learn. There's a sneak peek inside.
Just look at the pictures and just imagine what the squiggly characters mean.
Yeah, exactly. What's funny is I read kanji, so half the time when I'm reading Japanese, I'm only selectively looking at the kanji. But anyways, I'm very proud of this. Not this, because it's just a black screen.
Spinning Wheel of Doom.
Yes,
The
it's spinning
website
wheel
has
of
gout.
doom.
My favorite page.
It does. Rushbrook says he'll tell his relatives. Yes, thank you.
I really must
There we
be
go.
delirious. The 2 spinning wheels just look like nipples.
Nipples, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna end this as soon as possible before Jake just completely loses it. And speaking
Good.
of Jake, and speaking of nipples, everybody, Carnal the Barbarian won on Indiegogo.
A real high bar for entry. The Conal the Barbarian Nippon special.
Nippon.
Yeah. For you know what? Maybe I'll get my book translated as Japanese, and then I'll go to Japan and sell it. Okay.
Wow, that's a great idea. I should doing that.
No, I know. Okay. I'll get whatever pages I have translated. I'll create it. It'll be called the Nippon Special, or Nippon Preview, sneaky Nippon Preview. Anyway, unlike the low bar of entry for Global Comics, Conal the Barbarian offers you, the customer, with an extremely high bar for entry. That's right. You can now only buy the all-in pack, the throbbing package. Don't look at any of the other tiers.
Nice.
It's throbbing package only. But yes, this is the world of Deploria and the character that's going to get you there, Conal, the crazy ball of chaos, on the first adventure that has a beginning, middle, end. I can't even talk. Yeah, I've got to do it, Wackass. I've got to do the Nippon special. I'll draw a whole new cover. How about I draw a whole new cover in a week too?
Well, you should really do that, yeah. Except it would be way less painstaking for your style, and I'm jealous.
I'm finally back to drawing the pages from this main book after taking like that whole month to set up that guidance story with the new artist. She is working away. It's going to look absolutely spectacular, but not as spectacular as this, the main book, which will be going to Kickstarter soon.
Ooh.
High effort all the way with a new guest cover, a new cover by me. You guys have heard it. You guys have heard all about it. But yeah, I don't know exactly when it's going to launch. It's going to launch soon, but these covers will not be available on that campaign. Everything on the Indiegogo is for the Indiegogo. I think that's what I'm going to do.
Good.
And vice versa. But yeah, the time I've spent doing the side story has made me love the world of Deploria and Connell's character even more. I'm excited for the future of Connell. This isn't just like a one-off joke thing. Genuinely, it is a fan servicey book, but I'm trying to build it the same way anyone who's taking their work seriously is trying to build it. These are characters that have so much gas in the tank, like Slugsy down there with his megascope. Like, what? He's a pink slug and he has like a blue skeleton inside and he looks kind of Egyptian. I wonder what his whole origin story is. Every character has a stupid origin story that later will become uncovered.
No, it's great. That's the way to go, though. Every side character feels like they have a backstory. That's great.
Yeah, in
All
this
these
first
awesome
arc,
go ahead.
I'm looking forward to exploring the social dynamics of this Blork group that is invading these Blorks who I don't even know if they're definitive evil the same way that orcs are. They should be. Blorks
I don't think they're evil. They're a scourge on the land, but it's just because they want to breed and fuck everything.
They're definitive.
Go to my pink cover, like my cover, the best cover.
What an amazing series.
So Blorks, they are supposed to be this kind of like locust scourge that like enters an area and ruins it. This just happens to be, it's just that culture. And like everyone hates Blorks because of this. They're the only race that can't practice magic in the world because all of their magic ability is focused on procreation. They can proliferate like nobody's business, but they hate all the other races because they can do magic and they kind of want to get rid of they want everything to become Blork.
Wow, a race that can't do magic all the other ones? Because someone should do that. That's a great idea.
I know, right? Wouldn't that be crazy?
Yeah, it would be.
Blorks are definitively floozies.
They kind of are.
Mothers are. I'm looking forward to people discovering about the reproductive cycle of these creatures towards the end of this arc.
They're Fujoshi Blorks. You are more accurate than you realize. Wait, TC says sex magic. That's the whole magic system of Cardinal, though, right?
Oh yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this enough, but yes, it takes place in the world of Deploria. The entire magical system of this world is based on sex, arousal, repression. Yeah, it was great. Any spin on that, like especially the humans. It gets explored a little bit more thoroughly in the side story I've been working on, but yes, Connell has inadvertently been practicing the ways of a certain class of magic in the world that he doesn't even know about it, and he has a lot of pent-up energy. But yeah, not Blorks. They can't do shit. All they can do is make new Blorks. And that's what they're going to do in the human kingdom. And if Connell does not stop them, the magical Simonian forest will be no more.
Oh my god. Have you thought of that term? Crisis Comics is shape-shafter.
Oh my god. I have not thought of that term. Why do people are such geniuses?
I'm telling you, chat is the most creative. If we have trouble pitching or summarizing or coming up with anything, just ask chat because you guys are brilliant. I'm not kidding. in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah,
I
I
remember
was
Alex
thinking,
BRB has basically pitched my book better than I ever could.
yeah, like Admiral Waka said, like Cardinal is no fab. Like, where does a character that does the no fab November stuff, where does he end up in the power scale?
Oh
Wow.
my god. It's genuinely a conversation I'd want to save until next year for the side book, but okay, some of the greatest magic users in Deploria are known as edgelords.
Oh my
Because they have
god.
been no fapping for so long. They have been edging for so long. They have become lords of edging itself. Yeah, Rushbrook
Holy
seen the
shit.
story. But get yes, they're cool. Yes, get in on this now.
Yes.
You want to back this? Back it. If you're sitting there in the audience and you're laughing, you're giggling, you got a little smile, you should head over to connellcomic.com, back the book, become backer 109. There's covers available. There's the Sketchy Starts book that's going to have all the layouts and character designs and so on. Yeah, if you'll totally wish you had when everyone else gets theirs, and you're like, I wanted my edgelord book.
Yep, and you have certain covers are campaign exclusive, right? So that is even more reason to back it now.
Well, the portrait covers are exclusive to the package, the all-in bundle, and there's like only 100 of them. The thing I'm doing that makes it worthwhile backing is we have a goal of getting a gold foil logo cover treatment. Everyone who backed would then get that. It's only at 10,000. We're launching the Kickstarter soon. We'll cross that. So I'm pretty confident everyone will get the gold foil. Those gold foil covers after the campaign are being sold for double the price. Genuinely, I'm just going to have a limited amount available, and they're going to be double. And then the only ones you can get after that will be the non-foil covers at the regular price, which you would have paid on the campaign. So it's up to you. Do you want the special gold foil for the price of a regular book? But most of the covers are still going to be available. They're just not going to have the cool cover treatment.
Now this one is exclusive to the
You know what
Throbbing
you do,
Magic.
Jake?
Say
How
again?
about this is very stupid idea, but how about you do the power scaling kind of like instructions like the Death Note, so every single backer can see where they're at the power scale, in the power scale of your world.
So there are people who can see other people's power level, but it is not a common thing. That there is potentially like a global network of tracking this, and only certain people get to see it and take advantage of it. So that almost is a thing.
Nice.
Yeah, that's in the book. That's cool.
Yeah, yes, it is are there sexual themes in this book? Yes, that's basically the whole book. But
No.
it's also done with serious world building. So that's what I think is so cool about it, because I think a lot of books that are raunchy or have themes like this are, by default, there's this stereotype that you don't have to take it seriously, or the world building doesn't have to be expansive because it's just for jokes. But you've actually gone out of your way to build a really fleshed out world that's a lot of fun. It's like a video game, but in a comic form. So there's a lot more to it than whoo dick jokes. Yeah. I'm very impressed by the expansiveness of the world.
It definitely is video game thinking. It's like, oh, what is the different areas of the world that would be different, kind of like themes of level, the characters that would be there, the story. Like Connell's this guy that roams around the world constantly encountering other people and their problems and usually making it worse for them. Over and over and over again. And yeah, he's out there trying to make friends and usually pushing everyone away.
Poor guy. But yeah, if that sounds compelling, back this right now on Indiegogo. And no, this book is not for everyone. Alex VRB, this is not for children. Please don't buy this for your kids.
Everyone who's an adult.
Yeah, everyone who is an adult. Yes, indeed. And definitely did not forget about Narwhal. Narwhal, you also have an eBay store. Speaking of eBays. Perry, you're muted.
Muted.
I was chewing.
Hey!
I have a.
Oh,
do you
thank
guys
you for
know
muting.
what? Do you guys like pistache? Have you heard of pistache?
Yeah, they're
Pistachio nuts.
Yeah. Can you see? Hold on, am I delayed? You know, it leaves behind all these things.
You should eat them all into the mic.
The pistache.
Please don't do that.
Pistachios. Yeah, they're a nut.
Yep.
Do you want to
they're pretty
pitch your
good.
books? Do you want to talk about your store?
Yeah, so the store. Oh, but I was gonna say on my Global Comics account, I put up a new book, or like I put up a free book, Robozan. So everyone go subscribe there and read Robozan.
I went to it as soon as I got the notification, and then I put like a bunch of reactions at the bottom of it, and then you deleted it and republished it.
Yeah, I had to change
Well
it somehow.
done.
I
You
forget.
sabotaged Jake's kindness.
Yeah, you were too fast. I think you did that in the first minute.
Crap,
though.
I don't have your Global Comics pulled up.
I think it's just Narwhal.
Okay,
Narwhal
thank you,
Comics.
Alex. Alex has all the links, and you have you're making up for my failures. Wonderful.
Yeah,
Why
and then
can't I
April
find this damn
9th
thing?
is Vatican City, and then Cerberus 2 is in production. Will launch soon. Everyone prepare yourselves.
Hell yeah. And Perry, you've actually wrote a script that Jose has drawn.
Yeah. Have you done that too, Phil, or is it just me?
No, I think you're the only one. I would love to one day.
Yeah,
it'd be cool.
It was great. It was a great experience, and
It's just
Jose's
you.
awesome.
Yeah.
And what it turned out great, I thought too. And yeah, it's for sale on my eBay. You can grab it. It's Tiger Blue 2. I just did one of the shorts.
Tiger Blue 2.
Me and Jose did. Jose drew them all, but did one of them mine.
Hey, there you go. Here's your Global Comics. Yeah. Oh yeah, Jose, you also drew a side story for Wrecked, right? That's Dango Solo's book, and he was in chat earlier, so everyone should check that out as well.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool looking book. I really like the style of the guy who's doing kind of like the manga pages.
Yeah,
that looked like real good.
Yeah, his name's Anderson or something, right? The main artist on Wrecked.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can pull that up. I need to just have a link file, like a spreadsheet of links, like Alex apparently does.
Everything.
Yeah, I'm not organized enough in this regard. There we go. A Wrecked, A Cruel Beginning by Dango Solo, Travis, and there's a cover by me. If you like dark fantasy, then you'll love this book as well. So go check this out and back it right now while you still can. Yeah, the interior pages look great.
Is your side story in this book?
Yeah.
I think you do, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I have a story and a cover, I think.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, that's real good. Yeah, mine's not as good as that.
Nah, don't say that. Yeah, Chris Anderson, is that what the artist's name is? The main artist?
Maybe.
Is this by Dawn? This is by Dawn, right? Oh, C. Thomas Anderson. There you go.
Yep.
Yeah. Go follow him on Twitter as well. He does very good work. Yeah, and get my cover because I have a cover for Wrecked, as you can see.
Actually, the story I did was based on a character design you did. It was pretty cool work.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, cool. I'm glad. Yeah, I did design the main character Gertrude here.
Yeah,
So
Gertrude.
that was cool. Yeah, I don't really have time to do interior pages for anyone else, but I mean, I love doing character designs and covers and such. So much appreciated for the opportunity, Travis, and shout out to him.
Yeah,
Everyone
so
go.
many awesome comics coming out. Everybody go check out everything that's in the chat. It's a great year for comics. A lot of stuff coming out this year that we're gonna be all
Yes,
reading.
absolutely.
You love reading, go check it all out. And even Jose, you have
Reading.
other stuff coming out too, like that book you're doing with Tyler looks awesome. I'm gonna be checking that out too.
Oh yeah, I have. It's called Blackjack Duelist.
Yeah,
I played poker to save the world.
yeah,
It's
that's
just
awesome.
kind of like this isekai gimmicks kind of stuff, but that's a one shot. It's coming out like very soon.
Yeah,
I just learned how to ink like properly with that stuff.
yeah.
I have my whole notion of art really messed up because of working on animation for so long that I
Mhm.
forgot how to do all the all the cool rendering like Rini's inks.
Mhm.
Like I used to know how to do that, but once you get into animation and you start like cleaning and have to have perfect lines, no line
I
break,
know
all
what
that
you
stuff.
mean.
Yeah,
It
you get
fucks up the
screwed.
whole.
It,
Yeah.
it
I'm
took me
stuck
like
in that realm. I'm trapped forever in that realm. The
well,
animation realm.
it sucks,
You've
man.
accepted it.
It took me like 4 years to get out of it, and everything I did like didn't look cool to me. Like I knew I could do better, but it was like recently that I could do something good, and that's that. And I have like a couple of comics coming out. They're everything I've done is already finished. So I have Rex Rain. It's like a very cool book about um, some werewolves that there's like kind of this drug like in Dragon Ball that turns you into an animal or something like that. And there's like this drug dealer werewolf that pretty much like forced kind of uh, get an ambush on this cop that is investigating them, and they turn them into a furry. So he's looking for revenge, and that's pretty cool. That's already done. And what else? I have Immortal Rising 3. I already have everything. That's my fantasy series I'm doing with Aaron Cancellieri. And
Mhm.
yeah, we're already everyone's just receiving their books, book 2, but
Nice.
we already have like all pencils on book 3, and we have all the fantasy tropes, like elves, like kind of like a D&D party,
Yeah.
and yeah, and Club and Fleur, yeah, which is
Cool.
already drawn, and I'm just finishing grayscales and renderings, and it will be done before the campaign even ends.
Awesome.
Imagine that. Amazing. You are an absolute workhorse. Yeah, that sounds good. So there is no risk of you all not getting your product. So all the more reason to back this right now. Let's get this funded. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, what a great first night.
Yes.
Thank you to the 18 backers that jumped on this tonight.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you all. And also thank you to everyone who has bid on my first eBay auction. It's at $350 still. But there have been 19 bids on this. Oh, similar. Awesome. Totally wasn't expecting that. Thank you all so much. I didn't know what to expect at all. It's my first auction, but this is great. I should definitely be doing more, putting more art up on eBay. Screw stream auctions. This is the best combination. Thanks, Bancroft and Jake. I'm gonna rip off your business model, and I'm gonna just
All
be throwing all my
Bancroft.
stuff on here. It's all Bancroft. Yes, we're just ripping off
I got it
Bancroft.
from him, but in the future.
Oh yeah, you probably, when you heard about it, you sent the message to your brain
Yeah.
back in time.
I sat
Just
so I
waited
sat
for it.
there like cross-leg pose, eyes closed, like fingers in little loop positions at the end of my knees, and I projected my mind forward to see what is Bancroft going to do next.
Yeah.
Because this guy is full of the hottest ideas, and I had a vision, and I thought I got to get ahead of that. I got to get ahead of that guy.
Did you take the vision from the ether?
It's quantum.
Yes.
Quantum
Yes, you
scene.
did.
I
Oh
used
my gosh.
I broke into the Vatican and used that chrono visor that they have hidden in there. Do you guys
Wow,
know about
amazing.
the Vatican chrono
Yeah.
visor?
No.
Yeah, I've heard about that. Apparently,
Did you
the
guys already
Vatican
look at the
has a chronovisor to see into the past, guys.
I mean, I was trying to look to see what Bancroft was going to do using the chronovisor, and it just kept on taking me to the crucifixion over and over again.
Oh no!
I've seen this
Broken.
I need...
No, you need to see it more.
Burnt.
It needs to be burned into your mind.
They had like
Feel
a
his pain.
favorite setting set to that. I kept speed dialing.
Well, I mean, it is. Can you blame them? That's understandable.
Oh
Screw your comics. Look at the crucifixion now.
God, my foot hurts
Yeah,
so
and-
much.
Okay, we will release Jake. One last thing, last but hopefully not least. I have a website as well, guys. If you're watching and you have not signed up for the Fiendish email list yet, you should definitely do so, because why haven't you? I will not spam you. In fact, I don't use my email list nearly as much as I should, and I should be writing my March newsletter right now before the email function that I'm paying for resets, and I waste another month of paying for this thing that I never use.
Without using.
So I keep forgetting because it resets on like the 23rd or something, and I just always forget to write the fucking email by that time. But anyhow, sign up for the email list. We're ramping up to launch book 3 early this summer. I'm hoping sometime in June. I have like the first 12 pages done. I just send those off to my colorist, and I'll have the cover out soon, and more details and a dedicated sign-up page and everything. But I'm really excited. I've been designing the campaign. I've been planning everything. I just can't wait to show you this next installment. It's gonna be so good. I like where the story goes, the reveals. There are so many freaking reveals in book 3. So I'm gonna have a 15-page preview just for free before the campaign comes out. That's why I've been working so hard on pages, and that's going to be done. But just within that, there are reveals in there, and then within the first half of the book, there's more plot reveals, and then there's a villain introduction in the second half of the book. Everything is turbocharged. We're charging forward. I know book 1 was kind of like a introduction to the world, and book 2 was all character based. Book 3 and 4 are going to be plot, and everything is moving really fast. So I can't wait for this. There's so much more to the story that I haven't shown you yet. You're gonna love it, and you're gonna wish you had all of this in your hands. So sign up for the email list right now, and don't miss the launch. Thank you very much. Reveal count.
Yes.
Did Alex send a super chat in?
Let me
It
check.
was a membership
Super
chat.
chat
You got the
check.
mini.
Oh, member chat.
Let me just run through a few that I must have missed because I'm terrible at this. Thank you for reminding me. John Snowden became a YouTube member. Thank you very much for becoming a member. I just uploaded a members only video. It's just me rambling about doing art and stuff. I don't know. Maybe it's interesting, maybe it's not, but hey, I've been experimenting with my YouTube content. I figured that I'm just really good at talking about drawing. And I can talk about comics and drawing forever. And that's what I'm going to do. That's what my entire channel is going to be, other than streaming and doing the creative block. So there you go. Hopefully you guys are interested in that. Check out the members only section, because I do have early content for members in the post, and I do have like members only videos once in a while. Lance Danger for $4.99. Thank you for making my trainer home funnier. Oh yeah, funner. I did read that. Thank you very much. Jim Cox also became a member. Thank you. And
Oh,
Jim
Jim.
Cox gifted 1 membership.
Ooh,
Thank you
nice.
again. And also Chimera did. Thank you, thank you. And yes, Alex, VRB member for 38 months. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Alex. Muchas gracias. Thank you for another fun creative block show, everyone. And thank you, chat, for being there to support these amazing people. Oh, meme is up. Yeah, I slightly de-spiced a couple of quotes. Well,
Why would you do that?
I don't know why you would have to do that, but I will find the meme. I almost forgot about that.
I would
So
call
let me
Alex.
pull that up and we can properly.
If Alex was a Japanese man, I would call him Mimazaki.
Kick Phill.
How do you know he's not Japanese?
Where did Pat go again?
Because
I don't
like
know, he
Alex.
just
I
left.
would never like a Japanese man.
His internet.
Simply Green says my website is well done. Thank you. I appreciate that. I spent money and time on it, so that's very nice to hear. Alfredo became a new member. Thank you so much. But where's this meme? Why can't I find the meme? Holy shit.
I'm enjoying
I have it pulled up
not
right now. Just
spending
pull up
money
my
on a
screen.
website.
Okay, thank you, Fit. I was trying to say Phill, and then my brain also was thinking pear, so I almost said fair.
Here.
I don't know what my mind was doing. Okay,
We're too tired.
there we go. I am very tired. I need sleep. Can you zoom in, please? And don't do this widescreen thing. Holy shit.
Look at that.
Thank you. Okay.
People. Leon.
Hey, that's Frieren. Wait. Flama is Napoleon now? I
I don't know
appreciate
any of
that.
these characters. Who's the big? This guy's got a big nose.
It's all
You're better off not
animus.
knowing.
That's
No, you
Slot. Yeah.
you need to watch all of these animus so you get my obscure weeb references.
Phill, that's that thing, that guy with the horns. He's a guy who was super powerful like 20 years ago, but then the future happened, and now his magic that was cool back then is now nothing now because it's the future.
So he can't do future magic.
Irene really liked
Jake!
this.
Jake,
aspect.
you're not selling this well. Okay, what's cool about the episode that this guy is like a demon general or whatever, and what was cool about it
Demon dog.
was
Soundtrack.
so like 80 years ago was like this big battle. Adventuring party battled all the demon generals, and he got frozen because they couldn't defeat him back then because he had a really
he was
powerful
so
offensive spell.
powerful.
Shut up!
I got it from
And
what Jake
so-
said, Irene. I
Shut
understand.
up! I'm
No,
explaining
Phill,
Frieren.
but
Be
you have
quiet.
to make it so cool.
I'm kicking all of you. I'm
This is
kicking every
Alex's
single person. Hush! Silence! Rusai. So, they froze him because they couldn't defeat him. But then 80 years later, in the present time, Frieren and her new companions unfreeze him, and then they go up against him to finally kill him. And then it's revealed that, oh, he was this super powerful demon lord back in the day, but magic has advanced so much, and humans kind of took his magic and studied it and dissected it, so it's not new and powerful anymore. And they use his own magic against him because they've had 80 years to break it down and understand it.
Why
And
did they
there's
unfreeze him?
world building and
You lost him.
progression.
Why did they unfreeze him?
So anyways, watch Frieren, everybody. It's a really great series, and if you love fantasy and world building, you will not regret watching it. Hi, everyone. Oh, wow.
It's
Where'd you
just
go?
literally what I said.
I couldn't understand you in your gout-induced delirium.
Why did they unfreeze him at all?
They
Well,
killed him with the
because the
ultimate weapon,
seal-
Phill. Time.
The seal
thing-
was going to break.
The thing with
I'm
Frieren
trying
is
to
like
answer.
it takes everything to its logical conclusion. That's what's cool about it. Like
Yes, thank you.
yeah. So instead of tropes and kind of like these kind kind of weird things that fantasy does. Like think like this is an anime that actually does the logical thing. That's it.
Yeah.
True. And yes, deception as a weapon. I won't spoil that part of the story, but yes. Deception is a huge part of how magic is used in this story as well.
I would have just kept
Wonderful.
him frozen. He didn't really seem like he was bothering
No, the
anyone when he was frozen.
He was about to
the
unfreeze
seal was about to
automatically.
break.
Oh, okay.
He was gonna.
Yeah, it was
auto
gonna crumble.
unfreeze.
There was a time limit on it.
I would have just put him in a new one.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, let's read the meme. Zoom in, por
Here's
favor,
another
please.
All right, let's see here. We got Napoleon Flame Aparte. And this is a quote. Napoleon says, "A demon's words are like a spell. They sound convincing, but there's no truth behind them."
Wow. I feel like a lot of people are like that. It reminds me of a lot of people.
I guess this
Frieren.
is Jose here.
Is that Jose? Oh, okay, go ahead. I was gonna
This
read
is
it.
Avatar.
Yeah, it's Jose's avatar.
My bad.
You
I'm
have to
blind.
read this, Jose. Now you have to. You're contractually obligated.
Make sure you get your own voice right.
Frieren has become a canon character in the 40K universe.
There you
That's
go.
it.
Perfect. There's a great impression of you.
I won't be
Good job.
playing 40K anytime soon. All right, here's Jake.
Okay. Only people who are Frieren like Frieren. That's how this broken system works, right? I can feel the chemicals wriggling around the body. I'm a fan.
I could really feel the delirium in your
You guys
voice.
tell me that when you're falling asleep, you can't feel the chemicals wriggling around your body.
Yeah, I know
No.
what you mean by that. Yeah.
Stop doing drugs, Jake. You
the
sweet.
brain is a drug factory.
Yes, it is. You sweet summer child. Monster energy drinks burn away the enamel on your teeth. I've been on a journey of embracing tropes. It'll be like Power Girl boobs. Did I say that?
I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
I must have. This sounds like
No,
me.
the Power Girl boobs thing was Phil's earring if he bought ones that got bigger and bigger.
Oh, yeah. Phill, you should get Power Girl boobs.
Yeah,
That's my,
don't
that's my advice to you.
You're asleep right now. I said, why does everyone hate my nipples? My brother 3D printed a woman's ass. There's original, but also bigulated. Yeah,
sounds about right. Yeah.
And now Pear's
Big
gone.
advice.
He's gone and joined the Harlem Globetrotters.
Wait. I'll read Pear. My body is old. That's my main disadvantage. Stop scrolling around. As long as I don't get mugged by homeless crackheads, I can make it. I kind of sound stupid, but I guarantee it's amazing.
He kind of does have that little strain to his voice.
Yeah, he has a raspy voice. That's what I was going for. Now I'm gonna make my throat hurt.
It's the
maybe he's gone to become the king of the homeless and the crackheads by playing basketball with their leader. I don't know.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
And this is Irene in her floating dirigible on her way to Okasawa.
Jesus Christ. Osaka.
Osaka?
It's not an obscure city. It's Osaka.
I'm tired. Fiendishu.
Holy crap.
Osaka.
Fiendishu Osaka. Yes, indeed. Yes, everyone. Fiendish is coming to Osaka in a little over a month. So I hope you are all looking forward to that.
Yeah,
and thank you for the meme, Alex.
The Con of the Barbarian Nippon preview.
Nippon preview, yes.
Nippon
is will also be appearing in Japan land, I suppose.
Nippon.
You guys are great. Check out all of our campaigns. We have links in the description for everything that myself, Phill, Jake, and Narwhal are working on, and also everyone go back. Club Line Frieren Volume 1 on Kickstarter by Jose. Thank you, Jose, for joining us today. It's much appreciated.
Thanks for having me.
You are truly a teacher of comics.
Yeah,
You
it
have
was
so
awesome.
much to say, and I'm so glad we could pick your brain for a bit. And we should talk more. That was awesome.
Yeah,
we'll be on again.
free whenever you like.
Yes.
I just don't really talk to people on chats. So yeah, if you send me the link, I probably
I understand.
I'm
Okay,
the
cool,
same.
yeah.
I don't know what kind of crazy person would like type things into a live stream chat. It just I just don't understand.
Yeah, who would do that? Let's insult our entire audience. Great idea,
Yeah.
Jake.
That's
Let's
a
just definitely do
lifeblood.
that right. That's a great business decision.
If they weren't doing it, it would be so depressing. Everything they type is gold.
We definitely want to be just talking into a void with nobody interacting in chat. That'll make us
That
feel
would be
really
just
good.
So depressing.
My
Yeah,
first
chat.
stream was like that. I was alone too. I didn't even have anyone else on the stream with me, and it was no one in chat.
That was a
and
good
I was like,
stream. That was.
I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I'm gonna.
you
stream to the
haven't
void.
seen it. I don't think I have it up anymore. It was really awkward and sad.
I watched an old
Stream, Jose.
coloring
I
one.
remember watching your old streams.
I used to do draw streams with 3 people on it. So yeah, there were
Yeah.
like
Well,
20
we all had to
minutes
start
without.
somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And-
just 20 minutes of talking to nobody.
yeah.
Yeah, you got to get past that. That's the filter. That's the true filter for marketing and being on YouTube. You have to get past that pain. Oh, Michael. Oh no. Well, not for much longer. Not for much longer. You'll be famous someday. Not long from now. All right. I will wrap it up now. Next week, the show will be on Phil's channel. Is that right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. We'll figure it out.
so.
It's either
I think
Phil's
I
or
think it's on mine.
because you host.
It's
I mean, you've been
Phill.
hosting a lot. No. It should be on Narwhals because Phill, you did 2 weeks in a row.
Irene, do you
And then
really want
Jake
to
did
close
2
out
weeks.
your auction on
Wow.
Novel's channel?
So, anyways, it's on Phil's channel.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry, Pear.
Yeah, well, Jake did
Nah,
2
it
weeks
doesn't
in a row.
matter.
Remember last week and the week before?
Yeah.
I did that. So
Okay.
we could do my
So,
channel.
that was Jake, right? So it'll be
Mhm.
Phill. All right, everybody, join us on Phil's channel next week for another episode of Creative Block. Thank you all again for being here. You're much appreciated. You guys make everything that we do and we create possible. Mucho gracias. Thank you. Okay, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Hello.
Bye.
Play the outro. Fucking go. Ah! Okay, everyone, I don't know how to raid, but everybody go to Vaughn's channel. The link is in the chat. Okay, bye!